All right, I'm here. I made it. I'm late. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know, guys. What's up? First of all, what is happening? Is anyone even here? Is anyone even interested in this? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It didn't seem like a video. The topic felt like a live stream because I just want to kind of like watch the deleted content and go over what happened, add some context. So let's get right into it, I guess. All right. You have to excuse me. I'm a bit taken back. Like literally right before I went to go live, my friend called me and got into I had a friend who's got into a motorcycle accident, and it's got me a little shook. I feel like I should be doing something, but there's really nothing I can do. And guess the guy's totally fine. I guess he hit a coyote, and that sucks. I feel really bad. It's just yeah, I don't know. I have a trailer, but my truck's got a flat tire, and the trailer's lights are all broken. So I feel like a piece of shit because I don't have anything ready to help anybody, and now somebody that I care about needs it, and I can't help them because I don't have my shit together. So that sucks. But hey, I guess they're fine. Told they're fine, so I'm gonna lock that up. I said it. I said my piece. I don't know why I said that to you guys, if anyone's even watching at this point. I guess I said it for myself. Anyway, moving on. We're officially moving on. I'll talk to him or try to talk to him after the stream. Hi, Dave Jones. Yeah, right. It's crazy. I'm not sure how to feel about it. I feel a little shitty, but I don't know. I guess if I wanted to be useful to people, I would make sure my shit's together so I can actually help people and not have to sit on my computer and talk about drama when I literally have someone that needs me to tow a bike for them. Moving on. All right, guys. Jake Doolittle. Wow, man, that's a fucking terrible way to start a fucking stream. But anyway, we are going to move on. I am moving on. I've decided I'm doing the stream. Guy's fine, for the record. The guy's not in the hospital or anything. Jake Doolittle. So, what he got going on, he got into a little bit of beef with H3 podcast. Ethan Klein, particularly, he posted a video, but we're not going to go into that yet. I want to provide you guys with some context. So Jake Doolittle is not new to the H3 podcast. He even goes over that in the video that he's since deleted out of shame and embarrassment to how terrible he did, how terrible this video was. And yeah, there's a couple instances where he actually interacts with the H3 podcast going into this, and they go over that on the podcast. I actually brought up the part where they bring in the first part where Jake Doolittle interacts with them on the podcast. So here we go. We got the drama cam. That's not working. Let me try again. I'm a mess tonight. Wow, man. What a weird week. All right, we got the drama cam. Drama cam is back, ladies and gentlemen. And here I have the H3 podcast episode. Ethan admits to faking illness for money. And this is going to go over the first time that Jake Doolittle called into the show. At least I think it is. I think I have it timed right here.
You might as well just bring it back up.
Public that shit.
You know, fuck it.
Don't worry, we have backups.
Yeah, of course, we downloaded it.
Yeah.
Because,
Don't worry, Jake. We've got it.
well, of course we downloaded it. That was a nice gesture, right?
What a man.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Why is he
Sorry.
doing that?
It's so embarrassing.
All right,
man.
any second. Look, so this guy's Jake Doolittle right here. This is actually a scene from the show that he did a video going after Ethan Klein, calling him a hypocrite for a bunch of shit we'll get into later. But before this terrible attempt at a slander video occurred, he was begging Ethan for a job.
But wait, I mean, you guys haven't even seen the video and how mean-spirited it is and stuff.
Just gonna let them talk because it's right here.
So then, like, before I even watched the video, there's weird stuff to get to. So here's a background of his weird fan behavior. First time he ever called into the show, he called into the show, and I didn't know this. There was a scandal, some of you guys might remember. James, the D'Amelios apparently ripped off a photographer that did work for them.
Yeah,
and
there it is.
I
Okay.
brought him on, and I said, hey, I'm going to pay you for the money they didn't give. It was like $500.
That was him?
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This was a whole thing.
So here I'm gonna.
So there was this big story, like you said, the D'Amelios didn't pay this photographer, which we honestly, I think we should draw that whole story into question now, knowing what we know about Jake Doolittle and how he's a clout-hungry goblin, quite frankly. But at the time, it was a story, they were going over it. Jake called into the show. Jake was the photographer they didn't pay. Ethan offers to pay him $500, and immediately, Jake begins to grovel for clout.
I don't know, but stay on the line. I'm gonna send you $500 because the D'Amelio family didn't. That was a nice gesture, right?
What a man.
D'Amelio family
What a man.
didn't pay you $500. I'm gonna pay because they're cheap fucking freaks.
It's like a Romeo
Or
and
their
Juliet.
team, or their team is.
Well, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. So you stay on the line, okay?
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna make you
I have
whole.
a question.
Go ahead.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
If you look over my resume, can you keep your $500?
Stay on the line. Are you in LA?
Yeah. Okay, so there's that. We already have this first story that I don't think it's talked about enough, particularly by Ethan here, because he's like the best. Of course, he's got the best video on it, but it's like 4 hours long. Let's try to do a little quicker than that. Ethan offers to pay this guy that we're going to talk about, Jake Doolittle, the money that the D'Amelios didn't pay him for a photo shoot, which honestly, I don't know. Did that even really happen at this point? I think we have to question, because Jake Doolittle here is like a clout goblin. He's doing anything he can for clout. He does a photo shoot for the D'Amelios, doesn't pay them, gets a story going, possibly. He manipulates to get the story getting some traction, gets on the H3 podcast, and immediately asks for a job. So, yeah, I mean, already right off the rip, that to me is like, okay, that's by itself, whatever, you move on. But then we go into more drama here. Not so much drama than what the events that add context to the overall situation. So, since that moment, Jake Doolittle allegedly, well, not so allegedly, well, alleged by the coworkers, the crew of the H3 podcast, he begins contacting all of them. He starts sending money to their streams that they have on Twitch, like their own, like outside of the H3 podcast, their own streams. Please collab with me. Please collab with me. You got to collab with me. I'm not going to quit till you collab with me, which I know in like movies, you're never supposed to give up. You're always supposed to just keep trying, keep moving forward. But I mean, like, dude, like, I don't know. God bless some of you guys. I hope no one takes offense to this, but like, I have people that just watch one of my streams and then they like hit me up on Discord. And they're like, hey, can we collab? Like, dude, I don't even know you. And then, I like, and I'm nobody, and I get that treatment. These guys are big. This is the biggest podcast in the world. I'm sure they get it all the time. So that just got to be annoying. It's got to be something that you don't want to freaking hear about at a certain point. So here's an example of that. It was AB.
I'm doing a video with my pal AB.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going great, man. I'm so happy to have you here. I
Oh,
wanted to
he's wearing a freaking Teddy Fresh.
Yeah, he's wearing Teddy Fresh. He even at one point, Jake Doolittle will go on about how he spent like all of his money on Teddy Fresh merch or something at one point. But yeah, I don't know. He gets AB on his YouTube channel to do some like internet content type reaction stuff. I'm sure there's AB. And the real crime here is now AB will never do a collab again because of this. This is like the one collab he did. And we're never going to get him on the show now, guys. AB's never going to come on to the channel. And Jake Doolittle is the reason for that. So we have an instance here of, and this isn't the only instance, he wouldn't leave AB alone. AB gets him access to Creator Clash. He takes photos of AB at Creator Clash, begs him to take photos. Yeah, just clout, an absolute clout goblin. Just anything he can to social engineer his way into relevancy. Okay? Now, go with that context of all these events, Jake Doolittle interacting with Ethan and the H3 podcast and, all this shit, which is gone over in more detail in the H3 podcast's live video where they go over it. That is 4 hours long. But we have enough context, I think, to move into the main video, which I did find. Here it is. Look at that. Look at that. This is the deleted video that Jake Doolittle does not want you to see. It's 44 minutes long. So I'm thinking we can crack through it in about an hour. And I'm going to keep stopping, and we're going to keep picking apart everything he says, because I just really want to go over how terrible and bad faith and just, like Ethan said, even mean-spirited this video is, and how he absolutely deserves to get shit for this. I didn't think it was enough like for a video, but I figured we could do it live. Yeah, we're doing Drama Lucky. We got Jake Doolittle here, who, after a long history of clout gobbling up to the H3 podcast and the prospective crew of the H3 podcast, put out a video called Ethan Klein, Harmful or Hypocritical, where he goes on for 44 minutes and 55 seconds about, I probably should add this. If you're a watcher of the show, which I don't think a lot of you are, surprisingly, because I used to have more of an overlap when I was much, much smaller, but I seem to don't have the same overlap anymore. Anyway, there's a long running joke where Ethan has something like some type of illness he's dealing with. Okay, there's some type of illness, Ethan. Like, it's like a joke. Okay, it's really, if you watch the show, which I did, I was very heavily invested in the H3 podcast until honestly up to here. I just haven't watched them recently. But there would always be a joke that he might have like this chronic illness or that chronic illness. And he was going and getting tested because he was having repeated issues. But it was really just a joke. Okay, it was. You can go watch the podcast for yourself and be the judge of that for yourselves. But take my word for it if you'd like to. It was all a joke. It was very clearly a joke. And that's why this video is taken down now. Okay, in perspective. Because it was so clearly a joke and he tried to make a big deal out of it. And, you know, didn't work. Didn't land. So that was a big part I almost missed going into it. Thank God I tried to do a little recap. So this heavily goes into Jake Doolittle implying that Ethan is lying about having a chronic illness for financial incentives, like financial reasons, which is ironic because Jake Doolittle here, who, you know, it is allegedly, I want to say allegedly, but it's more than likely, to be fair, that Jake Doolittle here is a person who has struggled with chronic illness. A lot of his videos, to be fair, do talk about chronic illness and battles and trials and tribulations he faced being somebody that suffers with illness. But it's just so obvious that he took that, he took that and ran with this story to try to just get one last slurp of clout off Ethan Klein. And the arguments are just so bad faith. And overall, the video has been deleted. And when Ethan started to talk about this on stream, even before, so they went on break. That's another important, there's so much going on here. That's why I just wanted to just dish it out live. Jake Doolittle put this video out when Ethan Klein and his crew went on a very publicly broadcasted, like, this is the date we're going on break for a month day. That day he posted this video, Ethan Klein, Harmful or Hypocritical, when he knew they were on break. Then a month goes by. I believe a month goes by of them being on break. And then Ethan posts that he's going to respond. And Jake Doolittle literally is like, I'll do anything to stop this from happening. And he's being a cry bully is what he's being. Jake Doolittle's being a cry bully, dishing out this video and then not taking the heat back from Ethan Klein, high fictional character. And he was just a cry bully. He cried, oh, I'm getting death threats. I just want the drama to stop. But he was more than fine leaving the video up and monetized for a month while Ethan Klein and his crew were on break. And also, Jake Doolittle is not this small little YouTuber. He's probably lost subscribers since this drama happened. But I mean, he has a 273,000 subscribed channel. He's 250,000 subscribers, okay? I have 1,400 subscribers. I've gotten death threats on videos that I've made, okay? Anybody this size, when they start crying about death threats, the second that they put out a controversial video and it starts to bite them in the ass, know that it's cry bullying. Know that it's cry bullying. Am I condoning death threats? Absolutely not. If you give someone a death threat online, you are a piece of garbage. You're a piece of shit. There is never, ever in a million years under any circumstance that it is appropriate to send somebody a death threat under any circumstance, let alone being online. But that being said, then I want to see this guy complaining about it every day. Because for a channel his size, I mean, whenever he comes out with a video that's talking about somebody's favorite YouTuber in a negative fashion, he's getting these types of recalls. He's getting these type of response. But all of a sudden, when somebody's about to burn his ass, it's a giant deal and he just wants all the drama to stop. No fucking way, dude. No fucking way, dude. Sticking out your gat for the Rizzler. No fucking way, dude. So that's my take on that. He's a cry bully. He's a bully, man. He's a freaking bully. And then when it gets too hot, he cries and plays victim. And I'm not cool with that. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Do we have any questions while it's loading? God, I hope the fucking video works. Holy shit. Imagine I'm like getting all ripped up and amped up and I don't even get the video going. Oh my goodness. I have a backup plan.
Before this video
here we
starts,
go.
I would like to preface it with a few things. Leading up to this video, I was a huge fan of the H3 podcast. When I was at my sickest, the podcast was always something that I could watch to make me feel less alone. I even remember saving up money from my first job ever to buy multiple Teddy Fresh items. More recently, I was on the podcast speaking to Ethan about an unrelated subject. I left VidCon to attend their most recent live show, and I am also
Yeah, he begged for those tickets too, if I remember correctly. It was like he's just such a clout goblin, and he got exposed so fucking hard. Like,
friendly with a few of their crew members. But
yeah, friendly with a few of their crew members. They don't think very friendly of him, dude. He collabed with AB like twice because he begged and pleaded to collaborate with him in any aspect, and then he goes, I'm even friendly with a few of their crew members. Dude, the second that this man asked for a job after getting a handout from Ethan, $500, which was also, I would love to look in the D'Amelio drama with him to see how that actually went down, knowing what we know about this guy now and how much of a clout goblin he is. But I mean, Dan's grunting at the guy. Nobody has anything nice to really say about him overall. I mean, just, dude.
Saw a few very concerning things when it comes to Ethan Klein's lupus journey. And as someone who's been
clearly a joke, the lupus journey, clearly a joke. Take it from me. I watched every single episode of the podcast up till this. I just lost interest in the newer episodes. But literally before the break, I watched every single episode. Keep it just for the context of this video, and you can confirm it afterwards for yourselves. Keep in mind that this lupus journey, all these claims of him being sick, you can even tell from some of the clips that it's a joke. It's so
sick
stupid.
His entire life, I felt like I needed to make this video. Not only have I dealt with chronic illness, but I run a nonprofit where I support people financially who are sick and struggling.
By the way, I don't know if it's the nonprofit or his clothing brand, but a significant, I don't remember the exact percentage, but a significant portion of the proceeds, well, the money that's made, I don't know, there's specific terminology for how money's distributed in a transaction, but a significant amount of either his merch or the money that goes to the nonprofit goes directly to him. I forget how that was proven, so I'm going to put a heavy allegedly on that, but it is slightly minorly gone over by a few people, including the H3 podcast when they went over this on their show.
A viewer of the podcast, if I were to stand back and watch Ethan lie, saying certain things about his health that are just straight up misinformation, then I would be doing a disservice to an entire community. My goal in making this video is not to do anything but address what I've seen from Ethan and his behavior. Ethan Klein claimed to have lupus, made money off of it, and then admitted that he made everything up and self-diagnosed himself.
That is not what happened at all. Okay, so the lupus joke goes all the way back to Selena Gomez. He was covering Selena Gomez drama around the same time he began to have issues with his health. And then if you don't know, Selena Gomez famously has lupus. So that became like a running gag where, well, I have lupus. Now, I can understand how some people just the nature of some people, the fact that he was making a joke over having a disease that some people struggle with, or chronic illness that people struggle with, there's something to be said there that, maybe people, maybe he shouldn't have done that. Maybe he should have done that. I personally don't have a problem with it. I'm going to be totally transparent. It was a joke. Who cares? Whatever. I also don't have lupus. So I don't know. Maybe there's a conversation to be had there. Clearly was a joke from the beginning. And as a fan of the H3 podcast, Jake Doolittle probably knew this, being that he's basically, stalking these people. And then the whole making money thing off of donations. We're talking about Ethan Klein. He's loaded. You think he needed to do a little scam on a podcast that averages like what, 500,000 to 1 million viewers, concurrent viewers? He needed to lie about having lupus to get donations. The whole narrative of this video from the first 1 minute and 5 seconds is a complete fucking joke. Moving on.
I'm recording this. Yesterday, I posted a teaser to this video, and I've received more backlash than I've gotten in a very long time. So much so that somebody from the H3 crew direct messaged me and called me insane for thinking this. I also wanted to...
Which was actually AB, the person who he attempted to suck with his vampire teeth, if he had vampire teeth. I don't know if he has vampire teeth. The clout out the most. And now this is how quick for clout. How quick. Oh, thanks, AB, for the tickets to Creator Clash. Thanks, AB, for collabing with me on my channel. Thanks, AB, for helping me get here. Thanks, AB. Thanks, AB. Oh, now it's time to burn you. I'm ready to fucking burn you like I bet he did with the D'Amelios.
To be known that I understand the other side of things. I get that dealing with health problems can be a very scary time in someone's life, but when the health problems that Ethan Klein is talking about are completely self-diagnosed with zero symptoms, you have to ask yourself, why is he doing this? On June 16th, 2023, Ethan live streamed an episode of his show, The H3 Podcast. The episode was going fine until Ethan said something unexpected.
This morning, I thought I had cancer for sure. I'm not going to lie.
This morning? What happened this morning?
I got some because I did a bunch. I had weird blood values when I just did the whole blood work to test my cholesterol and stuff. It was fine. My white blood cells and platelet counts were high. So my doctor was like, it's probably nothing, but I can send you to a hematologist. Well,
Let me say right here that he's already consulted a doctor and already talking about how the doctor said it was probably nothing. There's also an ongoing gag on the H3 podcast that Ethan likes to consult with ChatGPT far too often. It's a joke. All of these are jokes. It is a comedy podcast. And even right here, he is talking openly that when he began to experience these issues, he consulted the proper medical professionals for a proper diagnosis. I just want to say that going into this because I'm absolutely positive that he's about to try to manipulate this into some bullshit.
I wasn't super worried, but then I went to the hematologist and we did a whole bunch of tests. That was, earlier this week, and they started coming in. And so, like, here's one, tryptase. A lot of this stuff has to do with, like, leukemia.
All right.
Saying that an elevated tryptase relates to leukemia is like saying that sneezing relates to sinus cancer. Ethan states that he went to check on his cholesterol.
And how do you know that? Like, I'll let him go.
levels,
I'll let him run.
Seemingly read his own lab results and self-diagnosed himself based off of Google searches.
He literally didn't say that. You all watched it with me, and it's even in his own video. He literally went to a doctor, had the results read from him by a doctor, and then consulted with the internet afterwards, after consulting with a doctor. Literally, according to... This guy's so fucking terrible at making fucking... This video is so bad that if you literally just watch it and don't just have your brain turned off, that he disproves himself in his own fucking video. He's lying directly to your fucking face about a clip that Ethan literally did not fucking do that, according to his own statements in the previous clip that Jake Doolittle literally just fucking played.
He goes on to talk about a more recent test result that came in. This test is the one that Ethan runs with throughout this entire journey.
My Anna titer. This is also like leukemia and lupus and shit.
First, Anna titer makes no sense. The part that Ethan calls Anna stands for anti-nuclear antibodies. It's an acronym that Ethan pronounces Anna instead of ANA like most every medical professional does. This also adds to my claim of Ethan searching his labs and not hearing the results from an actual doctor due to the mispronunciation. According to the Mayo Clinic, in most cases, a positive ANA test indicates that your immune system has launched a misdirected attack on your own tissue. In other words, an autoimmune reaction, meaning this could have been from anything, including asthma, allergies, the common cold, or even eczema. Keep eczema in mind throughout this video.
All right, so that whole statement, I mean, we already got, how many times am I going to just say that Ethan didn't say that? Because that's a lot of this video is going to be Ethan just didn't fucking say that. But let's just go into a human level here, okay? Because what we can say here is that Ethan is probably going on the internet. He's looking at stuff. He's doing, it's a joke, all right? It's a fucking joke. Have you ever, it's like a meme where you go on your phone and you look up, you have a headache and it tells you have brain cancer. Okay, that's like, this is like a deviation from that fucking joke. And this guy is intentionally, in my opinion, trying to present this information as if Ethan's like being dead serious to try to relate it that he's like spreading misinformation about like it's nothing. It's a nothing burger. It's literally, you could just with the information that he provides us with in this 3 minutes of this 44-minute video, we got to get through this. He's already disproven himself. Ethan literally did not say what he is saying he said. All right, that should be the end of it, really. This video should have never been made. This video is a mistake.
Levels are fucking insane. And the note says homogeneous and speckled, exclamation.
Homogeneous and speckled is an interesting finding, but this doesn't mean anything more than a lab result. In doing research, yes, homogeneous and speckled can mean a specific type of lupus. But there have also been many ANA test results that come back homogeneous and speckled where the diagnosis turned out to be eczema.
Well, I'll tell you.
Huh, I read the Wikipedia article. I'm so smart. Huh, as if you're any fucking better. Your name's, you're not Dr. Doolittle. All right, they didn't make a movie about your ass. Shut up,
So
bro.
you don't get worried.
Okay.
I wrote the doctor this morning. I was like, I'm super stressed out. Like, what's going on with these? And he just wrote me back.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel a little
Again, I have to point out Ethan consulting with his doctor.
better. And actually, this morning, I had a conversation with ChatGPT that made me feel a little better, too.
This is a running joke on the show, and you can tell that by the people that begin laughing in the background. This is an ongoing joke. He talks to ChatGPT all the time. Okay? It's supposed to be funny.
Oh boy.
A conversation.
Oh boy.
They're all laughing at him. They're all laughing at him.
I did. I said, yo, doctor, it doesn't seem like good results on the taste test. I'm stressing about it. And he said, it's not a very high elevation. I would not be stressed about it. Still waiting for the molecular studies. ChatGPT was like, it's probably not leukemia.
Oh, good.
It could
ChatGPT acknowledging that it's probably not leukemia. Even which, who fucking cares, because he already talked to his doctor about it and said that.
be lupus, but I don't have enough.
Reaching out to your doctor.
So literally he just said what this guy right here literally presented that information to you before Ethan presented it to you to make it appear like Ethan was never going to say that. Which honestly, if Ethan never made that distinction, who fucking cares regardless? It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't suggest that Ethan is trying to manipulate anyone in any way, shape, or form. If anyone's being manipulative here, it's fucking Jake Doolittle.
Doctor, after looking at lab results,
Jake Doolittle's a cry bully. I don't know. Let me think about how to summarize it as we listen to Jake here again.
is exactly what they're there for. And the doctor said
Hi,
that there
Bagel.
was nothing to worry about. But according to Ethan, ChatGPT made him feel better, saying it's not leukemia, but it could still be lupus. I put this to the test.
Ethan didn't say that.
When talking to ChatGPT with the same lab results, the chatbot consistently says, talk to your doctor and basically don't take anything it's saying as fact, which Ethan had to ignore to get to this point. And
He didn't. He was consulting his doctor the entire time and was even saying that in the clip that you just showed, Jake.
from this point on is when Ethan Klein runs with this ChatGPT lupus diagnosis.
He didn't run with the diagnosis in any way, shape, or form other than a joke because it's funny. Okay, it was supposed to be funny. That's why everybody was laughing, Jake. I guess you just didn't get the joke. Sorry.
Very quickly, let's talk about what lupus is.
Oh my God, we got to learn about what lupus is. Dude, oh my fucking God. Joe hates the guy. Well, okay, all right, for everyone just coming in, basically, we went over this a little bit better, but this Jake Doolittle guy has been trying to suck H3's clout forever. All right, he had a drama with the D'Amelios where he allegedly, which I'd love to look back into that now, knowing what we know about Jake now, he allegedly didn't get paid for a photo shoot. Ethan was covering the story. Jake called in. Ethan offered him money to make up for the money he didn't get paid for the photo shoot. Jake immediately jumps on the opportunity and asks for a job live on air. Wow. Then continues to pester and bother all of the staff of the H3 podcast in the background. Finally gets through to one of the staff members known as AB, aka Star Killer, on several different meaningful occasions. Then comes out with this fucking video smashing Ethan Klein. And even AB, he even throws AB under the bus because it's time to cash in on his clout with the H3. He's riding that line as far as he can. So after the overwhelming kindness of Ethan Klein and the cast of the H3 podcast, he makes this video blowing out an inside joke on the show to make it appear that Ethan is up to bad things, okay, that we'll go into a little bit later, I'm sure. Basically, he's trying to make it sound like Ethan is faking having lupus, which the whole lupus things comes from. He was having medical issues around the time they were covering a Selena Gomez drama. So the running joke became, well, maybe I have lupus because Selena Gomez famously struggles with lupus. That's the whole freaking joke, bro. It's the whole joke. And I'm sure Jake Doolittle knew that. Okay. I'm sure he knew that. So this whole video, and I'm just picking it apart because I thought it would be fun to just pick apart how terrible, awful this video is me going over just how bad faith and clout goblin-y Jake Doolittle is. And he's also a cry bully.
Lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease that can affect multiple organs and systems within the body. Symptoms include fatigue, joint pain and swelling, skin rashes, fever, kidney problems, chest pain, and more. Lupus is often characterized by periods of flares, where symptoms worsen, and remissions, where symptoms improve or disappear. Diagnosis of lupus
For the record, I'm mad because this guy stole. I use this song all the time in my videos.
can be complex.
plagiarist.
due to the variability
Nah, it's free copyright.
of symptoms and the fact that they can resemble other conditions. Doctors often rely on a combination of physical exams, medical history, blood tests, and sometimes imaging or organ biopsy to confirm a lupus diagnosis. Oh, and just like Ethan, I also forgot to mention it affects 90% women, being 2 to 3 times more prevalent among African American, Hispanic/Latina, Asian American, Native American, Alaska Native, Native Hawaiian.
Keep in mind, take it from me as someone who watched every single episode of the H3 podcast up to this video, okay, that it was a joke. It was very clearly a joke to anybody that tunes in regularly, all right?
And other Pacific Islander women than among white women. With all that being said, now that you know a little bit about what lupus is, let's go back to someone who admittedly doesn't know what lupus is.
I didn't know what the fuck lupus is.
That is like the equivalent to like somebody joking with you and being like what would be a funny one? I don't know. People always say they have that. I might have ADHD. Be like, oh man, I just can't stay on one topic. I keep pausing this video, guys. I bet you have ADHD. And you guys like being in the chat like, actually, MeJoeShmoe, I just don't know if you understand what ADHD is. Let me explain it to you. ADHD is an abbreviation. Like, dude, you understand that it was a fucking joke from the beginning. It wasn't something that was meant to be taken seriously.
Lupus symptoms. I wasn't really. I'll take lupus over fucking cancer. Lupus symptoms includes muscle and joint pain. No. Fever. No. Rashes. Sometimes I get on my face, but it's been gone for a while. Chest pain. No. Hair loss. I mean, look at me. Sun or light sensitivity. No. Kidney problems. Mouth sores, prolonged or extreme fatigue. Anemia. I don't have anemia in the blood test. Memory problems.
So weird.
I have no.
Even him going over the he's about to say it. I have no symptoms. Even him going over like literally his video is enough. Like, you could literally re-edit Jake Doolittle's video and throw it right back at him because of how terrible it is. Because there is no story here.
Symptoms.
Wow.
Because so ChatGPT is like, because you have no symptoms, like leukemia and lupus usually are accompanied with symptoms, then it's hard for me to
So
say.
what could it be? That's crazy.
Ela, that's a phenomenal question to ask. What could it be? With most lupus diagnoses being based off of symptoms, and according to Ethan, he has none whatsoever, you would
Stop right there, Jake. Stop right there. Think about it. Think about what you just said. Follow that thought, Jake. Follow that thought before you make this video, Jake. Do it. Come on, man. You're better than this.
think this would be the end of the AI lupus diagnosis, but boy, is that wrong.
Because at first it was like
the AI lupus diagnosis after literally this video is so fucking terrible. How many times now has Ethan openly said, I've been consulting with a doctor, this is what the doctor said? He's trying to paint a picture that I don't even know what, even if he was only diagnosing himself with AI, who fucking cares? But he's not. That's not even true to begin with. Like, his video is literally the equivalent to being like, this hat is red, and then me showing you a purple hat or a black hat, and then just going back and being like, see how the hat was red? The hat wasn't red, bro. Ethan didn't say that. Like,
my blood platelets were super high.
He had a narrative and then did his best to try to trim this video along to fit that narrative and completely failed in doing so.
Cells were super high.
And that means one of those?
Not super high, I guess, but it was above the normal. And my original general doctor was like, it could be that you just have high values on that. And it's fine. So you can see my platelets are pretty high, 530. A certain type of what?
Yes, he deleted the video right as they went live. When H3, he left it up. So here's the other thing, medium-sized bagel. I'm so sorry for people watching the playback, but we'll have to point this out quick. I feel like I need to point this out quick. Jake Doolittle put this video up, all right as the H3 podcast went on a very public hiatus for about a month. Then when they came back, they had teased that they were going to discuss Jake Doolittle's video on the podcast, and Jake deleted it after a month of collecting revenue on it. And then cried. And was like, I'll do anything to make it stop. Please leave me alone. Well, maybe you just shouldn't have made the video. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know.
But white blood cell is just a little bit high, just a little bit over the norm. Get down to the trispate. This one stressed me out because it's almost double the normal range. Hopefully the doctors are listening. The anatiter one fucked me up. It says the normal value is between 1 to 40 and 1 to 80. Mine is 1 to 320. The lab that did this, they wrote an exclamation in red after this shit.
So did he give you a reasoning why, or?
Not yet. He says it's not a very high elevation. I would not be stressed about it. Still waiting.
Again, him reading the results that he got from a doctor. Again, trying to make this narrative for whatever reason to make it seem more malicious, perhaps. Again, trying use a clip like this to create a narrative that he's only consulting with AI for whatever reason. But even that is not true. And it is demonstrated that that is not true in Jake's own video.
For the
despite what Jake says.
Molecular studies. So I guess there's more test results he's still waiting on. But the good news is my cholesterol's fine. If I don't die of cancer before I have a heart attack. So the weird thing about this is that I did a blood test a year ago.
Yeah.
And my platelets and white blood cells were elevated back then too. Ethan is being a little bit hypochondriac. Are you fucking kidding, dude? No, this isn't hypochondriac. Stop it.
According to Ethan,
Clearly a joke. Clearly a joke. It's like when I get all amped up on stream and I'm like, no, guys, I know what you're like, dude, like this, I shouldn't have to explain this to anybody. It should be so obvious to anybody.
He's had lab results where his white blood cell count was elevated, which I believe is connected to his GERD diagnosis because, well, later in this video, his doctor says it is. Also, saying that you're not a hypochondriac and then following it up with this is wild.
Well, the good news is if I do have cancer, because I'm not symptomatic at all. So if I do, we caught it, I guess, earlier than I would have if I started having symptoms. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But I think this idea of cancer seems unlikely based on what ChatGPT told me, and the doctor told me not to worry, so I'm trusting him on that one. But if you look up all the ones that I'm abnormal for, it all is like you have leukemia or lupus. I'll take lupus any day, bro. Hit me with that lupus.
Hit me with that lupus.
You piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit. Dude. All right. First of all, yeah, lupus compared to fucking cancer. Yeah, I don't know. I think hit me with that lupus as well, Jake Doolittle. Oh my God. But he's also, like, the way he said that, I just know that he's about to go on a tirade about how Ethan is downplaying people who struggle with chronic illness. And it's like, I don't know. It's a fucking joke, dude. Just try not to take yourself so seriously. I get it, man. You had a hard time, Jake Doolittle. You suffered with chronic illness, and I'm not even attempting to take that away from you for a fucking second. But if you don't like the show, you don't think it's funny, then don't fucking watch, brother. God damn it. Oh my God, man.
Not only undermines people who have lupus's experiences, but also makes it seem like a lupus diagnosis is an easy thing to come by. Also, he just said the—
No, it doesn't. No, it fucking doesn't. How does that make it sound like a lupus How, Jake Doolittle? How fucking possibly would that make it? Is he implying that it's easy to get a lupus diagnosis? How, dude? How did you pull that out of what we all just watched? Oh my God. Oh my God.
The idea of cancer seems unlikely based on what ChatGPT told him. But he follows up by saying, according to ChatGPT, he has leukemia or lupus.
This idea of cancer seems unlikely based on what ChatGPT told me. But if you look up all the ones that I'm abnormal for, it all is like you have leukemia or lupus. Oh, it also suggested Sjogren's syndrome. The ChatGPT suggested that, but I don't know what the fuck that is.
These chronic illnesses like Sjogren's syndrome that Ethan keeps thinking he has are predominantly in women, which he fails to mention multiple times.
Why should he have to mention that? Why should he have to mention that? When is that? I have a very, very important phone call coming, guys. Please keep yourself occupied. I have to take this phone call. I'm so fucking sorry. It is downright fucking imperative. I'll put on some lo-fi for you. Hey man, what's going on? What kind of friend am I? Well, that was really disappointing. Well, is what it is. That was not a good phone call, guys. Yeah, no, he just called to yell at me. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it later. So, back to the video. I don't know where we were at. That's really disappointing. I don't know. That's a whole fucking thing. That's a whole thing. Sorry, that's like a whole personal thing that I've been dealing with that I'm totally not going to talk about on stream more than I already did today because that's just vague, but yeah. Dude, I don't know, man. It's such a complex issue at this point. And I'm just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Freaking everything's my responsibility as well. I forgot that. All right. I'm moving on.
According to Johns Hopkins, most people who are diagnosed with Sjogren's syndrome are 40 and older, and women are as much as 10 times more likely to develop it than men. I'm not saying it's impossible to be diagnosed with it as a man, but you would think that if Ethan did any amount of research or spoke to a doctor instead of ChatGPT, his worries would be lessened. Also, with 0 symptoms, his likelihood of having any of these things is so much smaller.
Oh God, my boyfriend passed away from lupus within a year of being diagnosed. Sarah, don't say that. Block her.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Mute her, please.
I'm sorry to hear that. What the hell?
I'm sorry, Sarah. I didn't know it was that serious.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's serious.
Because, well, when I read about lupus, it said, like, I guess, like 90% of the people survive, which is not, I know, great, but...
It's not cancer.
It's not cancer, yeah. And it's treatable. It says people who get it treated can live a normal, like, lifespan.
I mean, yeah, lupus is treatable in some situations, yes. And Ethan's wealth would make the process much easier. But somebody donated and said that their boyfriend died shortly after a lupus diagnosis. And instead of empathizing, Ethan spews out more ChatGPT info he's received and says people who get it treated can live a normal lifespan. Getting into the next episode that Ethan talks about his health in, we get a few updates on what could be going on.
So I have 2 doctors. I've got my general doctor and my hematologist now, and I've been messaging them both panicking. So let's see who got back to me. I mean, I'm so fucked. What is not wrong with me? Okay, now he says regarding the labs, the ANA is something interesting. Take this with a grain of salt with all the patient's symptoms before interpreting it. I think we are looking for a plausible GI issue that needs to be ruled out, as some of these diseases can elevate ANA, like possibly the esophagitis. Yeah, I'm waiting for the hematologist, but he made me feel better on Friday when he messaged me. He says, I don't think this is a new and separate problem than the one we discussed.
Oh no. Ethan had already spoken to his doctor about his...
Yes, Jake Doolittle, we already know that he's already spoken to his doctor. And literally every single fucking clip you play, he talks about talking to his doctor.
Levels, and the general doctor said that it's most likely an esophageal issue, which Ethan has had problems with for a long amount of time. But a new diagnosis seems to almost excite Ethan, so much so that he runs with these claims for over a month after his general doctor said it's not something more than his prior diagnosis.
Cheers, my dude.
I love my doctor, by the way. He's so awesome. He's so nice. It's so nice to have a good doctor who, like, I just trust I just trust him that he knows what he's talking about and he gets back to me. And
Ethan claims to trust his doctor and like him a lot, but on the other hand, ChatGPT is giving a new, exciting diagnosis. So I'll ask you again, why is he doing this?
Yeah, donations. He's doing the fucking I'm actually speculating here, but I'm going to assume multi-millionaire. The dude lives in a fucking LA mansion. He's trying to get empathy to get his concurrent viewers of, like, what? I think he's like minimum 500,000 concurrent view. I don't know. That might be an exaggeration. I'm going off of... He gets a lot of views. The dude makes a lot of money. Okay, I don't think he gives a fuck about the extra donations he's getting through Super Chat because they think he might have lupus, which, by the way, that even in itself is a complete fucking joke of a theory to have, because it's just so obvious that it's a joke the entire time. But even if it wasn't a joke, and he's right, and this has all been a plot to get money from donations, that his people have empathy that he might have lupus because they actually think that he might have lupus, even though it's so obviously a joke. But even if it wasn't obvious it was a joke, you really think that was like a significant amount of money for him to, like, run off and, like, manipulate diagnoses. Shut up, dude.
During the initial stream where Ethan talks about his health problems, he received $1,550.42 in donations. These were either relating to his health or gifted memberships during the time where he expressed his medical anxieties. Some of those donations gave better advice than ChatGPT did, but Ethan seemed to ignore them. They included things like, Ethan, don't look too closely at your labs. I'm a nurse, and they're often slightly low or elevated based on different factors. An exclamation mark just means abnormal, but 2 exclamation marks mean means critical. Or don't look too much into it. Wait for the doctor, please. And I'm a nurse, and the context of your overall health is so important to understanding labs. I know it's hard. Try to be patient and trust that your MD will evaluate the full picture. Sometimes things will be elevated at baseline. Some of these donations were even from people struggling with lupus or other illnesses.
So first of all, he's going to change the vibe right now to like some other types of comments, but those that were giving like advice over the overall picture, I mean, dude, is it Ethan's fault that out of like literally, like, I don't know how many people watch him live, man. I don't. I'd be lying if I gave a number right now, but I know he like he can very easily hit 500,000 views on a podcast. Some of those people may have taken it too seriously, or maybe just tuned in at the wrong time and threw a donation out. Yeah, okay, whatever. Is that indicative of Ethan intentionally playing this whole thing out to make an extra $20 off of a nurse who wants to give her take on the situation? No, it's not. It's a very, very bad faith argument.
Telling Ethan not to worry about his labs. Sorry, I just wanted to jump in here for a little bit because people online are saying that nobody with lupus or chronic illness actually donated to Ethan thinking that he was actually sick. I wanted to read all of them. I went through thousands of donations over the 2 to 3 months that Ethan was doing this.
This is just a portion of them. I recorded myself reading all of the donations from people who are chronically ill.
Let's read some of these. So what's your what is the point of this? We already kind of went over like
of donations.
This doesn't really say anything about Ethan's reasonings.
Ethan was doing this.
This is just.
I mean, please look in. He's not even, dude. He's not even showing me the whole. Like he's showing these. And okay, so these are all instances of somebody donating in relation to chronic illness or illness in general. But we're not even seeing what they fucking said. So let's just try. He's again not painting the full picture. I'm getting lupus tests done. So like maybe I'm getting lupus tests done and I want to donate a couple bucks to like say that publicly on the podcast because it's being discussed. I have a high WBC count for autoimmune disorder. Like what? This is the scheme? This is the scheme. This is really what you're trying to pass off right now. That the whole thing was just to get these donations. And all these donations, these people have been fooled by Ethan and his ongoing joke on the podcast that he has lupus or some chronic illness. Welcome to the annoying world of possible lupus. See, this guy's even shitting on Ethan. Donated to shit on him. Was he like so?
Just a portion of that.
There's so lack of anything of substance here that it's difficult to even pick it apart because there's just nothing here to touch on.
Reading all of the
I have both lupus and MS in all caps donations
from people who are chronically ill.
I'm trying this to read the ones that you can actually read the full thing.
And it turned out
I just got diagnosed with Hashimoto, whatever that is. The fatigue is real. These are just people sharing their stories. Like, is no one allowed to talk about anything because somebody might donate to their stream that relates to them? Like what?
To be like
Jake,
8 minutes long. So
this was fatigue with lupus is the worst. Feels like the flu.
Here's a spreadsheet.
$20 on June 16th.
So guys, like right now, after me briefly touching on some personal drama that it's not drama, but personal shit I'm dealing with. Which don't do this. If you were to donate $5 and say, hey man, fighting with people sucks. I'm really sorry. You donated like $1 just to have that like blink up and be more prominent in the stream. That means that I'm manipulating you for money. Remember that, according to Jake Doolittle.
I had cancer, dude. Sucked, but the science is so advanced these days, and if you catch it early, chef's kiss. $10 June 19th. I have esophilic esophagitis and acid reflux. It is pretty consistent with your coughing up. I would get an upper endoscopy, and if you can, get a sleep study. $5 July 25th. I just found out I have stage 3 kidney disease. Chronic illness is tough. $10 July 26th. Took 5 years to get a lupus diagnosis at 20 years old last year. Such a long battle. Finding a great rheumatologist is key. Best wishes to you. $10 August 16th. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I had an ultrasound result that was sent to me with no context or doctor note that basically said it was probably cancer. I also got the results before my providers. If I were Ethan, I would feel terrible for receiving donations from people who have a confirmed diagnosis of something I don't. But he continues to do this for...
Why, Jake? Elaborate. Think. Convince me, Jake. Tell me why that's a problem. The dude's talking about lupus, Okay. He's talking about how he may, and that's the thing. He was talking to a doctor. He was going for tests. The dude very well might have something. Okay. He has something going on. He's experiencing some type of illness, like more often than not, enough that he's going to seeking medical help for it. And when he discusses that, nobody's allowed to donate, or he's manipulating you for your $5. The multimillionaire, how many people were even on that list? Let's suppose they all donated $20.
With no context or doctor note that basically said it was probably, and if you can, get 2 to 3 patient and trust that your MD will evaluate the full picture.
This is going to be we're going to assume everybody donated $20,
things will be
which is high. All right, I'm sure they did.
Some of these donations were even from people struggling with lupus or other illnesses, telling Ethan not to worry about his labs. Sorry, I just wanted to jump in here for a little bit because people online are saying that nobody with lupus.
I want to just pick apart how absolutely fucking stupid this specific part is.
Actually donated it to Ethan thinking that he was actually sick. I wanted to read all of them. I went through thousands of donations over the 2 to 3 months that Ethan was doing this.
This is just a
1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have money. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is all of the donations over the 2-3 months. One, according to Jake Doolittle, who's not a reliable narrator, but we're going to take his word for this one thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
A portion of them I recorded myself.
Oh, it's just a portion of them, to be fair.
The donations from people who are chronically ill.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32.
And then it turned out to be like 8 minutes long, so here's a spreadsheet.
$20.
So that's like 35 right there. So he said he has it more, but just those in that video. We can go over those in that video. Who do we got? Oh, I missed a call. Hold on. Yeah, it is what it is. 30, what is that? 35, 20 times 35. $700. The millionaire in an LA mansion, 500,000 views per upload that has ads on it. In that example, the ones that he showed made maximum, probably, I'd say a fair amount, like a very hefty, this is a conservative amount, made $700, willing to manipulate his audience for $700. Okay, Jake.
On June 16th. I had cancer.
Is that it?
Now, if he really wanted to convince me, because he's just so bad at everything he does, if Jake really wanted to convince me of otherwise, he would have actually done the math and told me how much money he made just from donations. My theory would be that the number was so insignificant that if he would have given it, it would have taken away from his narrative, or else he would have shown it to us because he clearly had the information.
Acid reflux. It is pretty consistent with your coughing up.
Bad faith.
And if you can, get a sleep study. $5, July 25th. I just found out I have stage 3 kidney disease. Chronic illness is tough. $10, July 26th. Took 5 years to get a lupus diagnosis at 20 years old last year. Such a long battle. Finding a great rheumatologist is key. Best wishes to you. $10, August 16th. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I had an ultrasound result that was sent to me with no context or doctor note that basically said it was probably cancer. I also got the results before my providers. If I were Ethan, I would feel terrible for receiving donations from people who have a confirmed diagnosis of something I don't, but he continues to do this for months to come.
Well, you've inspired me. I'm going to get a full panel checkup over our break. So,
I hope all you guys go do it if you can, because it's really important. You just go in there. It's easy once a year. I mean, it could save your life. Genuinely, it could save your fucking life.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, we have good health insurance. Thank you.
Oh, Ethan, what a piece of shit. Guys, you see that video? You see that clip that Jake Doolittle put in the video where his employees talk about them having good health insurance? Man, this Ethan Klein guy is such a fucking manipulative asshole.
Yes. And
this guy can't even make a proper hit video.
Well, hopefully you guys do too. Otherwise, then I guess you're just going to have to fucking die broke and without doctors.
Die! Jesus.
What are you saying, man? Ethan's...
Oh, well, what? I'm sorry. I stopped him too soon because I just know it's about to be stupid and I was trying to get ahead of it to look smarter. But I'm going to have to let him talk before I pick it apart. My bad.
Said this after already hearing about a fan's boyfriend tragically passing after receiving a lupus diagnosis. This is not the only time he says something about how having money gives you more resources for complicated health problems.
It does,
but
Jake.
Later, he takes offense when people accuse him of being in a better health situation if he has money.
All right, I'm going to pause this really quick just because I want to add my 2 cents in there of like the picking apart of what is clearly jokes. Listen, if you're offended by a joke that Ethan says, you do not have to watch Ethan. I do not stand by this whole like we have to fucking guard and censor every single fucking thing we say because we might offend somebody. Like I don't stand by that at all. You're entitled to be offended, and you know there are some things that shouldn't be said, but I think that's pretty fucking far down the list, okay? It was really more of a critique on like overall healthcare in the country than anything in my perspective. He's making a joke about how our healthcare is fucked up and you have a financial advantage, you know, for your health. If you're rich. But no, Jake, make that into him. I don't even know. Let's hear you finish your thought.
Rich, you'll be fine. Is that true? Is that it?
Now we move on to the next.
That was it. Jake, that was your clip. Hold on. I talk a lot, Jake. I'll give you that. Let me watch it all over again.
Could save your life. Genuinely. Could save your fucking life.
Die!
Jesus.
What are you saying, man? Ethan said this after already hearing about a fan's boyfriend tragically passing after receiving a lupus diagnosis. This is not the only time he says something about how having money gives you more resources for complicated health problems, but later he takes offense when people accuse him of being in a better health situation if he has money.
You're rich, you'll be fine. Is that true? Is that it?
Now we move on to the next.
Is that it? That's what I'm wondering, Ethan. Is that it? Is that him? Is that him shutting someone down for claiming that he's in a better situation if he has money?
Having money gives you...
Hold on. Let me just play that again. I feel the same way Ethan does. Is that
I
it,
guess
Jake?
You're just gonna have to fucking die.
Let's watch the build up. Let's watch the build up to the conclusion, guys. You tell me what you think.
Jesus.
What are you saying, man? Ethan said this after already hearing about a fan's boyfriend tragically passing after receiving a lupus diagnosis. This is not the only time he says something about how having money gives you more resources for complicated health problems, but later he takes offense when people accuse him of being in a better health situation if he has money.
You're rich, you'll be fine. Is that true? Is that it?
Now we move on to...
Is that it? That's got to be a soundbite for this every time he makes a fucking... My God. Is that it? The best part there is it's quite the opposite. Like, the joke was obviously a critique on the fact that... Oh my God. The joke was so obviously a critique on, like, healthcare. And, like, yeah, ha, ha, ha. You know, I have money and you guys have healthcare. So, sorry, you know, guys, you live in America. So, if you don't have that, you'll die. And Jake literally took that, which was so obviously a critique on like capitalism, maybe even if you want to go really far into it, and how the American healthcare system is broken, and tried to manipulate it to show that that Ethan was like, what, dude, what? He was like down. He was not acknowledging his financial privilege in the situation. But is that it? Is that it?
To the next episode where I'm not kidding you. He reads a fan's Reddit post talking about how they have cancer and makes it about himself.
I saw a post on the subreddit, and I just want to give a shout out real quick at the top to a fan who was just diagnosed with cancer. You know, I gotta, my heart goes out. It says, so I've been watching H3 all my life.
Diagnosed with cancer, LOL is the title.
I get the vibe though. Like, I get it. That's kind of how I felt on Monday.
Is that how you felt Monday? Because as I remember it, you were diagnosed with nothing new. The only thing the doctor actually acknowledged was a prior diagnosis Ethan has had for a...
So what, Ethan at this point is stealing stolen cancer valor, Jake? Like, really, dude?
A while.
He says, I don't think this is a new and separate problem than the one we discussed.
Look how much of a joke it was on the show. This is the clip. This is the clip that Jake is presenting to you as Ethan being 100% totally fucking serious. This is like, dude, this is the worst fucking video in the world, dude. This is so bad.
Discussed. That's kind of how I felt on Monday.
I mean, yeah, dude, he went to a doctor and was told, like, he did get, like, Jake's acting like he didn't go to a doctor and wasn't told that he might have something. He totally went to a doctor and was told he might have something, which is probably a totally powerless, scary, terrible feeling to have. I don't think even I do not think that this is any type of stolen valor for Ethan to relate to somebody that got a bad diagnosis after receiving any type of diagnosis that may or may not confirm that he has cancer or has any type of chronic illness, because not knowing if whether a doctor telling you they don't know whether or not you have something serious is fucking scary and powerless and a terrible feeling to have. Okay, it's probably not as bad as having fucking cancer and being told you have fucking cancer, but it's pretty fucking bad. Okay.
Right.
And I haven't heard back from my hematologist, so
I feel like that's probably good news.
He's still waiting, I guess, on some test results that haven't come in.
Okay. Gonna say if it's really bad, they'll like kind of be in a hurry to tell you, right?
Yeah, but he's still waiting. By the way, this person has cancer, and I'm making it all about me.
I agree. Moving past this, apparently
such a fucking. I don't even have to say it.
Ethan asked one of his crew members to ask their family member who's in the medical field what they thought about his lab results, and this was their response.
Did your family member get back to you?
Yeah.
He's laughing. Ethan is literally laughing as he's asking the question. Because again, this is a joke, guys, if you didn't already know.
He did, but
he mentioned my titter?
like it because
Notice how she says you're not going to like his answer? Could it be that she knows that Ethan has his mind set on a lupus diagnosis and this medical professional doesn't support that claim?
No, actually, Jake, she's playing into the joke that Ethan's being a hypochondriac. Actually, Jake, that's what's happening. I didn't know if you noticed, but he's literally smirking right now in the clip you put in your video and was laughing in the previous one while asking the question, Jake. I didn't know. You must not have noticed. But yeah, she's playing into the joke.
I'll just send you the screenshots.
It's not good, is it?
It's not good or bad. He said it's
Lena just framed it very scary, but no, it's not.
No. Oh, because I said you're not going to like it. He said it's basically inconclusive. It depends heavily on the clinical context. A lot of people have positive ANAs and are perfectly normal. And some providers don't even order them because there are so many false positives. And
what about the titter?
What about the titter? The ANA test that Ethan received is the titter. The titer part of Anna titter that Ethan has been talking about literally just measures the presence and amount of antibodies in the blood. This would be like if a doctor said Ethan was 5'6" and Ethan questioned the doctor's tool of measurement.
But anyway, the point is, I'm going to read it because I want to send love to this person. I've been watching H3 all my life and found this channel to actually lift me out of many depressive episodes. That being said, and I don't even know why I'm wasting my little life. Come on. I have left on Reddit to post my feelings. It didn't take you that long to write this.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to be honest here. I laughed because that joke was so fucking bad it was funny. If Jake Doolittle doesn't call out Ethan for and he's live, he's running a comedy show, he's trying to be funny. I'm not mad at Ethan. I don't think Ethan, deserves any actual meaningful backlash for that joke. But for all of the nitpicking we're doing, if that joke doesn't become a big deal in a fucking second, then just fuck this whole video. Just fuck this whole video. Because that was objectively a really bad fucking joke. For someone to say, I have cancer and I'm dying and I want to write this to you and I don't know why I'm wasting what little life I have left on Reddit. Like, that is a fucking objectively bad joke and Ethan shouldn't have said that. But he is live. I mean, shit slips. But let's see what Jake says.
Right. But anyways, I'm just...
Even they don't think it's funny. Even the crew didn't respond, for the record. Like, he did not get a positive reception from the beginning there. He moved on.
Typing words as I'm thinking, cancer sucks. My grandma, then my mom, and now me are going to probably die from it. And honestly, it's funny hearing jokes about it. See? And it takes away from the everyday nature of think about dying. God, I love you, H3 fam.
Wow, I just got made a fool of. I just was over here talking shit for Jake. And this person is actually talking about how all the jokes and the ongoing joke of chronic illness taking place on the show is actually helping them cope with their own chronic illness. So that's what happens when you jump to conclusions, I guess. Let's see if Jake does the same.
No homo.
No homo.
And I hope the podcast...
No homo.
And I hope the podcast lives on for many years after I'm gone. Well, I don't know what your situation is, but we love you. And If there's a chance to beat it, I hope you do.
The person who posted on Reddit said, they'll most likely die. And Ethan says, I hope you beat it, which I find so funny because Ethan...
No, Jake. We already went over this. We watched the same clip of you. He did say he's going to probably die. He did say that he's wasting time on Reddit, and Ethan did make an insensitive joke in the midst of that. But little did we know, by the end of that, the person who wrote the post was actually acknowledging how the lighthearted humor surrounding chronic illness was actually helping them cope with it. Way to include that in the video, but then also completely fucking disregard it, because I guess the facts and the actual events and as they and the way they occurred, presenting them as such would just be fucking inconvenient for your narrative, Jake. You fucking piece of shit.
Ethan is the exact type of person to get mad at someone for telling him, I'm sure you're fine. Oh.
I'm sure you're fine. But
why? You're not sure of that.
I'm sure. I know it.
What do you mean you're sure?
Oh my God. I know that clip. Dude, it's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke, Jake.
I don't like when people say that.
I'm sure.
Why are you sure?
The joke is Ethan's a hypochondriac, if that hasn't been made clear. That's the ongoing running joke on the fucking show, okay? All of these clips taken out of context are Ethan playing a fucking part in a joke, okay?
What
fucking
gives you the right
Christ.
to tell me that?
In the next episode of his members-only podcast, Ethan gives us a dramatic telling of what's going on.
All right, here's what's going on. So I'm going in on Tuesday for a blood test follow-up, and I'm being referred to a rheumatologist, which, if you don't know, is a doctor that specializes in autoimmune disease. So it seems, I don't think it's cancer, but I think there's a significant possibility that I have an autoimmune disease. And even more possible, it seems that it might be lupus.
No, Ethan, that's not how that works.
Yeah, Ethan knows that. He's acknowledged that several times in the past 19 minutes of your own fucking video. You clipped that of context, you fucking clout demon. You fucking disingenuous fuck. You, dude.
Because you were referred to a doctor doesn't mean that you're diagnosed with something in the field that they specialize in. Also, Ethan said it's even more possible that he has lupus, but from what he shared, that information has not come from a medical professional, only ChatGPT.
That's not fucking true. That's not fucking true. He's literally talked about how his doctor is telling him he probably doesn't have lupus and it's unlikely. You disingenuous fuck. I can get that information from your own fucking video, Jake. This is the worst video in the world. If you're going to be a piece of shit and direct the narrative for your own personal gain, then at least do it properly, asshole.
I think I might have fucking lupus. But the weird thing is that I don't really have significant clinical symptoms.
You can tell how disconnected this take is because, as we will later find out, lupus can be a very difficult and stressful diagnosis to get.
That's the weird part about all this, and I guess it's making it hard for them to diagnose because we caught this whole thing by accident. I mean, I was just doing a random checkup, just for health. I hadn't done it in a while, and we switched to a new insurance company, which I'm glad they did because they're so much better. If I was with Kaiser, I don't think I ever would have gone through all this.
That's the shame, medium-sized bagel. Jake is absolutely 100% doing his best
stuff because the bureaucracy is so insane.
I'm going to try to ignore.
I mean, like, look at this guy's setup. He's got, first of all, he couldn't be fucked to like throw a fucking blanket over this ratchety ass fucking couch he's got, or his mess of a What is going on? Dude, you're about to record the hit piece of the fucking century. You can't even clean your fucking kitchen before you record, bro. I mean, my fucking room is a mess, but I leave all my junk out of frame, at least like a fucking decent human being. And then what is this? What is this audio mixer bullshit down here? Like, dude, like what? Like, dude. Oh, God. Yeah, like I said, he's trying his best, dude. He put so much fucking effort into this hit piece that he couldn't even clean his fucking room, dude.
Or the insanely privileged take that Ethan gave at the end there, saying that the Kaiser Permanente health system wouldn't have helped him, the same health plan that 13 million other Americans are on. And also,
oh, now he's shaming people on their fucking health care. Now Ethan's shaming people because they use Kaiser fucking insurance because he had a bad experience with Kaiser, everyone. Shut up, Jake. Fucking, this guy sucks.
Of his employees. Every single one of his employees are on Kaiser through Ethan's benefit package.
I mean, what does this guy want? People to not have insurance and die?
He oopsed. I don't want to be disingenuous and talk over Jake. Let's hear his oops. I'm sorry.
Because the bureaucracy is so insane.
I'm going to
wait, why wouldn't you just cut that whole part? Let him talk, Devin. Oh, my name's not Devin, it's Joe. Let him talk, Joe.
Try to ignore the insanely privileged take that Ethan gave at the end there, saying that the Kaiser Permanente health system wouldn't have helped him, the same health plan that 13 million other Americans are on.
And also his employees. Every single one of his employees are on Kaiser through Ethan's benefit package.
I mean...
All right, so he was not oopsing himself. He was oopsing Ethan. And honestly, yeah, you know what? Wait, no! Ethan does... okay. I'm trying to actually be objective here. At some point in this whole thing, Ethan does publicly on the show offer all his employees, if they're happy with Kaiser, and if they would like to go on what he uses now because he had a bad experience with Kaiser, and the employees are like, no, we're fine with Kaiser. Honestly, to be fair, this was the most legitimate criticism Jake gave Ethan this entire fucking video, because it would be very, very fucked up in a way for you as the owner of a company to find an insurance not acceptable for yourself, but then offer it as the standard package to your employees. Okay? That would be a legitimate criticism in perspective to how terrible every other point he's attempted to make has been. But only in that perspective, because honestly, I still don't give a fuck. Okay? I don't care personally, but that would be a legitimate criticism that I don't know how I would address properly. But I do know at some point Ethan did say and confirm that is because God, why should you have to, right? This is personal. You don't know the dynamics between people, Jake. You don't work there. But they did publicly go out and be like, no, we're happy on our healthcare, Ethan. You don't have to change it. But I have no holes to poke in that other than that is a legitimate criticism for him to have his employees on an insurance that he personally does not use because he's not satisfied with their level of care.
What does this guy want? People to not have insurance and die?
Thankfully, we have good health insurance. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. And, well, hopefully you guys do too. Otherwise, then I guess you're just going to have to fucking die broke and without doctors.
Jesus. Moving on from this, I want to focus more on him saying that there are 0 symptoms. It is very, very...
I want to focus more on him saying that there are 0 symptoms, as I just got done for the past 20 fucking minutes trying to make you believe that he's presenting all of his symptoms to be that of this chronic illness. You fucking... Ooh, you can't even keep your own story straight, you motherfucker.
Very rare to have a lupus diagnosis with no symptoms at all. Not saying it's impossible, but with all the other things I've mentioned going against him, Ethan's lupus glory seems to be getting farther and farther away.
My only, I guess, symptom is that, you guys remember how I kept getting rashes? We thought it was from the fika fish. So I'm getting really mild rashes on my face. You guys remember the one I had a while ago? And then I've been getting just slight rashes here and here. They'll go away. They're really slight, but that's a symptom of autoimmune disease. Other than that...
Wait, now you have symptoms?
I don't really have significant clinical symptoms.
We can either take this one of...
Hold on, I'll let him talk.
2 ways. Ethan conveniently forgot to mention his symptoms over the last month or so, or he's scrambling to mention things that could be perceived as symptoms. Rashes on his face could be a sign of lupus, or they...
What's your point? Because you just got done saying that he has no symptoms, and now you're saying that he's saying he has symptoms, and then you're saying that he didn't say he had symptoms from the beginning, which is false. I watched the show. Okay, this whole thing started with him having symptoms and trying to find out why he was having the symptoms. That's where the joke came from. That's where the hypochondriac joke came from, is he's like chat GPTing why he has a fucking rash on his face. So you're blatantly fucking wrong. You're incorrect. And you can't even pick which narrative you want to run with to try to make the guy look bad. You fuck.
They could be eczema. Jeez. I keep bringing up eczema. It's almost like that's what it could be.
Wow, is Jake about to diagnose a stranger that he's seen no medical records for? Is that what he's doing? Is he trying to introduce the idea that Ethan may have a different chronic illness while criticizing him for projecting that he may have a chronic illness for money? When that's literally what Jake is doing with this video. Partially, it's part of the point of the video, is to be like, hey, I'm going to keep suggesting this guy's a chronic illness. Also, watch my video, ads are on, and I'm leaving it on for the month till Ethan comes back. By the way, Ethan is saying that he has a chronic illness and crying about it for money. Like,
any bone issues? No, that's the thing. I don't have joint pain. I don't have bone pain. I don't have fuzzy vision. I don't have loss of vision. I don't have any of that shit. I have a feeling I have lupus. I don't know why. Have you considered you're faking it? I wish, man. I don't know how to fake a blood test, but I wish I could. Oh yeah, so that's another thing, like tingling in the extremities. I don't have anything like that. I don't have any fucking really symptoms. Like I said, the only reason we've caught this is just pure chance in the blood test. And you know, my mom has an autoimmune disease. She has like ulceritis colitis. I don't know.
I know that this is straying away from the topic at hand, but what does your mom have? Don't you think if autoimmune disease runs in your family and your mom has ulcerative colitis, you would at least know how to pronounce it?
My guess is Lyme.
Dude, I don't even know my mom's fucking birthday, brother, first of all. So I guess I'm a piece of shit, which a lot of people would probably say about me tonight, at least one person. Anyway, but yeah, now Ethan's lying about his mom out of the blue in this one private members only podcast. He's lying about his mom having a chronic illness. According to Jake Doolittle, baby.
Shut up, Sam. Why you say that? Lyme? I don't think Lyme disease can cause elevated antititer. Let me ask ChatGPT. I've been doing a lot of chatting with ChatGPT about this. You know what I mean? Can Lyme disease cause elevated antititer? Lyme disease caused by a bacteria. It's not typically associated with a rise in antititer. Yeah, I don't think it's Lyme disease. There's not even really Lyme disease here in LA. I think there's like 5 people like a year get Lyme disease in LA or less. Yeah, exactly. There's 0 Lyme disease in California. It's like super, super rare.
Okay, this one struck close to home.
Stop. I know where this is going. Let's all keep in mind that he said there's like, let's just play it again. So I don't mistakenly take someone out of context to fit my own narrative, Jake.
It's caused by a bacteria.
Hold on. Oh, I can't put closed captions on. All right, hold on.
Bacteria. It's not typically associated with a rise in antititer. Yeah, I don't think it's Lyme disease. There's not even really Lyme disease here in LA.
There is not even really Lyme disease here in LA.
There's like 5 people like a year get Lyme disease in LA.
I think there is like 5 people a year that get Lyme disease.
Or less. Yeah, exactly.
Or less.
There's 0 Lyme disease in California.
So that was obviously, unless you're like completely tone deaf, like that's like saying I literally have no hair on my body. Like I've, you know, as a like, I don't know, it's probably a bad example. Like if I had a little tiny bit of water in this cup, like if I wanted a full glass of water, right? And I only had like half a glass of water. Okay, and we were comparing this to somebody else who had a full glass of water. I said to you, I literally have no water left. Okay, like I don't literally have no water left. Fucking duh. But I'm trying to demonstrate that there's a very, very minute, insignificant. I'm telling you that I feel there's not enough water in my cup. Okay, that's what he just said. Okay, we'll just keep that in mind as we move forward.
It's like super, super rare.
Okay, this one struck close to home. If this is your first video that you've seen of mine, I've been sick ever since I was 3 years old. Over the span of 10 years, I was misdiagnosed over and over, in and out of wheelchairs, until I got diagnosed with chronic Lyme disease. Ethan Klein just said a whole lot of information about a disease that he's completely uneducated on. His ChatGPT said that Lyme disease isn't likely to cause an elevated ANA, but I asked ChatGPT myself, and it said the complete opposite, almost as if diagnosing via AI chatbots isn't always a reliable way to get medical information. I am
okay. Yo, bro. Sorry about your Lyme disease, but that's kind of the joke.
walking proof of someone who had a positive ANA from Lyme disease. Chronic
and that's the thing. He knew that was a nothing burger of something to land, so he had to like lay it up. He had to cushion it up with like, I'm about to drop the bombshell that I have Lyme disease because I'm about to say something that really isn't that hard hitting, but I'm going to try to present it as a bombshell of information because it's the best I have.
Lyme is actually very likely to branch off into other autoimmune diseases. Like in my experience, I was diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis, an immune deficiency disorder, and a bunch of other stuff that, to be honest, I don't remember because I was 12 years old and I was trying not to kill myself. According to Los Angeles...
Dude, how are you supposed to, okay, so listen, mental health, big issue in this country of mine, okay? Mental health in general, big problem. Therapy is important, all right? I have a friend right now, you know, and I think a lot of our issues are derived for some type of mental health issue between at least one of us, okay? Mental health, big deal, big deal. Emotional intelligence, big deal, big deal. Very, 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 very fucking important. But it's almost like he's putting up the shield before the video is even fucking out, dude. He's like the sympathy wagon. Like this is a hit piece on Ethan Klein, and you're talking about how you wanted to fucking murk yourself when you endgame yourself when you were a kid. What does that have to fucking do with the fucking topic at hand? just, I find that to be extremely bad faith. I don't know. It's a very touchy, that's a very touchy subject. Okay. It's very like, and he knows that. It's very difficult to try to explain why that was so fucking bad faith of him. I don't even know if that's the right word. So manipulative of him. So manipulative of him to put that in where he put it. But I mean, I think a lot of people would probably agree with me on that.
Public health, the number of confirmed Lyme disease cases in Los Angeles County has varied from 0 to 8 cases a year. But in the same article, they say the diagnosis of Lyme disease may be difficult because of many other diseases.
But he just said that there was a diagnosed amount of 0 to 8 cases a year. It's pretty much what Ethan said. Where's the but? Okay, let's read the but. I'm going to read it for you. Well, I'll let him read it.
Diseases that cause symptoms such as fever, headache, fatigue, and body ache. Laboratory tests are often not sensitive, specific, or consistent and are frequently misinterpreted.
Okay, so I did tell.
So that changes outside of California. That was so fucking terrible. Holy fucking shit. Okay. So Ethan, he literally just confirmed what Ethan said. He presented it like it was new information. He presented it like Ethan didn't literally just fucking say pretty much the exact same fucking thing that he just said. But he presents it with the extra layer of information that doctors also say that Lyme disease is difficult to diagnose because it is often misdiagnosed with other illnesses. So that what does it have to do with LA? What does that have to do with fucking LA? If your percentage, if you're 8 people in LA County are getting Lyme disease, okay, and there's 45 million people, I don't know, I'm making up numbers, 30,000 people that get diagnosed for Lyme disease in New York on the other end of the coast, on the other end of the country, that same percentage of people would also be of the people that get Lyme disease, okay? So therefore, the same percentage of people that are misdiagnosed remains the same as well, okay? More people don't get misdiagnosed because less people are getting Lyme disease, and more people don't have Lyme disease because the same amount of people are being misdiagnosed. That doesn't just stop in New York. It doesn't just stop in LA. Confirmed cases, like Ethan said, is very few. It's very minuscule. And Jake presented that like it was new information and then added the extra layer of a lot of the cases are actually, doctors say that a lot of the cases are actually misdiagnosed. There's probably actually more than 8. No fucking shit. It's the same way anywhere. If you had an area where the population had 3,000 fucking cases of Lyme disease, that still would be true about the 3,000 fucking confirmed cases of Lyme disease, that a large percentage of the cases in that area were misdiagnosed because of just misdiagnosed. Sorry, they were misdiagnosed, and therefore they did not get diagnosed for Lyme disease because they were misdiagnosed. That was so stupid. It was a non-argument. It was dumb. Any amount of thought put towards what he just said, immediately you realize that he just said nothing. Like it's difficult to even bite into because it's so nothing.
Tell ChatGPT my symptoms, and ChatGPT also thinks
he repeated what Ethan said in a different way in an angry tone and acted like it was an argument.
Most likely diagnosis is lupus, but there's a chance that I don't have anything and it's just a fluke. But that's I'll be honest, I want to be optimistic about it, but that doesn't make sense to me because there's just too many different signals going off in my blood work. You know what I mean?
This clip brings me so much joy because you will find out at the end of this video that this is a complete lie. ChatGPT never thought that the most likely diagnosis was lupus. Ever. And Ethan outs himself in the worst way possible. But we have to keep on addressing these claims until we can get to that part. Trust me, it's really bad. The only thing that would be worse would be like Ethan ranking diseases on how much he wants them or something like that.
It's almost like it's a giant fucking joke. What's up, Goat Cheese? It's clear if one of the... Sorry, I'm not even reading chat. Yep, beat me to it. It's clear if one of the crew have an issue with the insurance, he'd step in and change it. Yeah, he makes it very clear on the show.
That
if I had to pick one, if I had to pick a disease out of a hat between MS and lupus, Dan, can you?
He's laughing while going through this.
Do a poll. What would you guys rather have, MS or lupus? Because I feel like maybe I might rather have lupus. You know what I mean? Let's do a poll. Which autoimmune disease is your favorite? We got the poll going, Dan. Let's see. Are you guys team lupus or team MS? Let's go, team. Let's go, teams. Team Lupus taking the lead. Let's fucking go. That's right. Team Lupus, 80%. Let's fucking go, dude. Lupus for Selena.
Oh look, we actually get a reference. We actually get a reference where the lupus joke came from. Again, the whole joke with the lupus and being the chronic illness that he has came from an episode where they were going over Selena Gomez shit, and like she has lupus famously. That's the joke. It's where it came. It's an inside joke that Jake just doesn't get. He doesn't get that any of this is a joke.
For my girl Selena, let's go right now. We team lupus out here, boy.
Yeah, this is clearly a man taking
too.
himself very seriously.
Team lupus out here. On God. Did your doctor actually say it may be lupus, or is it just ChatGPT? The doctor is sending me to a rheumatologist. So
that's your answer. And that's not untruthful. That's not, he's just simply stating that the doctor is sending me to a whatever otologist. Okay, so we're not sure yet. Okay, so what he's saying there, for those of you that didn't, like, what am I even explaining? I'm explaining language. Do y'all speak fucking English? Do you live in the United States of America or an English primary speaking country? Moving on, dude. Fuck explaining this every time. Yeah, shut up.
Like
fucking sticking out your gat for the Rizzler. You're so skibbity. You're so Phantom Tax. I just wanna be your Sigma. All right. We let the funnies out. Moving on.
I said earlier, my dear Ethan, a referral doesn't mean a diagnosis. And hey,
he never said it did. Thanks, Jake, for reiterating what Ethan never said.
That's just not an answer to the question that was asked. Did your doctor actually say it might be lupus, or is it just ChatGPT? Then he proceeds to say the kind of doctor he's going to.
Who says that I don't hook up the fans? Here I am, all my medical records, my deepest, darkest fears. It's all for you guys right here, right now. Buckingham Palace is pleased to announce that I, Ethan Klein, probably have lupus. Big news. Ethan has lupus. Now, I don't have an official diagnosis, I'll be honest. But
Oh, there it was again. Again, of the many, many times I had to stop and point out a time where Ethan said he does not have an official diagnosis.
I think I'd probably do. If there's anything wrong with me, I have lupus. I'm team lupus. So I went to the hematologist, hoping it would be like, you're fine. No, more problems. Anna titer through the fucking roof. 1, 2, 3, 20 is not that high. What do you, stop. That is high. Everybody says it's high. It's a strong positive.
Who is everybody in this situation? ChatGPT or doctors? Because 1 to 320 is elevated, but not, as Ethan says, through the fucking roof. After this, Ethan says again that he diagnosed himself via ChatGPT.
1 to 320, dude. Stop it right now. I had a long conversation with ChatGPT about my health.
Oh shit.
And ChatGPT says of all the possible solutions, most likely would be lupus. The other reason that we suspect lupus.
Wait, he went from saying that ChatGPT thinks it's lupus to now we think it's lupus? We in this situation being an AI chatbot in Ethan Klein.
The other reason...
He's just nitpicking to such a fucking severe degree. Like, I can't just keep explaining basic body language and like what do you even call it? Just social skills? Every fucking time this guy just makes an incredibly bad faith argument out of nothing.
And that we suspect lupus is just because I keep
exhausting,
getting these weird
bro.
Face rashes. Now with lupus, you get like these big butterfly rashes.
And who cares if Ethan does think it's lupus? He literally started this conversation by saying the doctor has not given me an official diagnosis that's lupus yet, but I think it's lupus. But no, wait, hold on. That is the problem, because the multi-million-dollar YouTuber that lives in an LA mansion is scamming his fans out of what? What? Hold on. I didn't even realize we can do some fucking crazy fucking math here. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Hold on. We're going to go back. Oh my God. I'm about to make this guy look like such a Stay with me. So that's our average donation. Okay. To say something in H3. That's high. That's a high donation, but we're going to say it's average.
And trust that
Hold
your
on.
MD will evaluate.
Hold on.
the
I just
full
realized
picture.
something.
Sometimes things will be elevated at baseline. Some of
We're
these
coming.
donations were even.
We're coming.
Because people online are saying that nobody with patient and
just a portion.
Okay, but look. He has all of them from that day, so we can actually calculate how much he was making a stream with this grift, this alleged grift of trying to convince people that he has fucking lupus to make money. Let's say that this is high. Let's go high and say that each one of these from See You Next Tuesday number 38, which that's not fair. That's not fair because that's a members only live stream. Let's go to one where everybody could come.
Not to worry.
Let's go to a live stream where everybody was invited.
I just wanted to jump in here.
Let's get this number as high as I can reasonably get it with the information I'm presented.
With lupus or chronic illness actually donated to Ethan, thinking that he was actually.
Okay. Yes.
I wanted
yes.
to read
Get me to the
them.
juicy
I went
part.
Thousands of donations. Over
thousands.
The
He went through thousands. These are the results after him going through thousands of donations.
3 months.
Come on.
Ethan was doing this.
3 months. 3 months. Let's go. Okay. Fuck. You fuck. You fuck. You fuck. You fuck. You fuck. I want to get the most fair. Okay.
Portion of that.
I might just add on to see you next Tuesday, even though it's a members only live stream.
Myself reading all of the
1, 2,
donations
3.
from people who are chronically.
Oh wait, no, we're talking to Jonah Hill.
8 minutes long. So here's.
Oh my god, dude! If I use the talking to Jonah, all right, we're gonna double the talking to Jonah Hill live stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, how many were I thought see you next Tuesday would be less. I didn't want to use it and be disingenuous with where I was getting my information.
Just a portion.
But this is the result of him looking at thousands of donations in the span of 3 months. And the ones that he's presenting us on screen, the highest one was the member, which I would think would be lower, but it was higher than the one I was going to look at. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 donations of, we're going to say an average, which is high. I think this is very high. We're going to say an average donation. What was that? 16. 20 times 16. Holy moly, guys. This guy's scamming his fans out of $320 an episode, which to you or me seems like a lot. But for a guy living in a fucking LA mansion, I don't fucking think so. All right? I don't think so. You can be the judge of that. I don't think so. Bad faith argument. Anyway, moving on.
Suffering from lupus. I hate when people undermine my issues. Also, lupus isn't that bad, and I'm just glad it isn't cancer.
You know, of all the things it could have been, I'll take lupus.
Who have celiac, like me, for example.
And ChatGPT says of all the possible solutions, most likely would be lupus. The other reason that we suspect lupus.
Wait, he went from saying that ChatGPT thinks it's lupus to now we think it's lupus? We in this situation being an AI chatbot in Ethan Klein.
The other reason that we suspect lupus is just because I keep getting these weird face rashes. Now with lupus, you get like these big butterfly rashes. It's very confusing. I don't get any rashes here, but I got a new rash now here, right here on both sides of my nose. It took me a year to determine I had celiac, not lupus. Interesting. But celiac's easy. You just stop eating wheat, right?
Well, for someone in a $9 million house, yes. But for other...
Oh, look, we're acknowledging his $9 million house. The man that is having this giant conspiracy that's taking 44 minutes for Jake Doolittle to uncover to what was our number? To scam the guy living in a $9 million house that has this giant scam going to get $320 off of his fan to live stream, which you saw how I came up with that number. That's a high number.
People who have celiac, like me, for example, it becomes a huge deal because according to a study out of Dalhousie Medical School, on average, gluten-free products were 242% more expensive than regular products.
I think most people with lupus can live a fairly normal life expectancy, which is good.
Hold on, I'm so sorry. So we're going back into Ethan is rich, so he's bad. Okay.
Yes, but for other people who have celiac, like me, for example, it becomes a huge deal because according to a study out of Dalhousie Medical School, on average, gluten-free products were 242% more expensive than regular products.
So on average, gluten-free products are more expensive than normal products. And Ethan's downplaying the severity of what it's like to deal with celiacs because he can afford gluten-free products. Well, let's look into this. I'm actually curious. Let's see what kind of, is me, I don't know about you guys. I diet, I have a pretty consistent, so like, let's look up what I eat. Okay, so is there gluten in rice? In natural form, rice is gluten-free. Okay, so I can eat my rice. Cool. Is there gluten in chicken? Yes, meat is naturally gluten-free. So I'm already good, guys. I can actually already, the way I live, oh wait, I also eat a lot of eggs. Is there gluten in eggs? Oh, there's the gluten-free too, guys. Hold on. Is there gluten in red meat? Yes, oh, red meat, you can eat a steak. Is there gluten in potato? Yep, so are potatoes. So yeah, oh my God, Jake, you fucking moron. So, okay, yes, if you were to buy products that traditionally have gluten in them and go for the gluten-free version, it is much more expensive, but it is not any more expensive to maintain yourself on a reasonable diet while maintaining a gluten-free lifestyle. For me, example, it turns out, don't eat fucking any gluten ever, any day, because this is pretty much all I fucking eat. Okay? I mean, fuck potato chips. Unless you have natural gluten-containing additives, most corn chips, tortilla chips, potato chips, veggie chips are typically gluten-free. You can even eat potato chips. But like, I guess if you were like cake bread has gluten in it, right? So like, if you wanted gluten-free bread, it would fucking that would wait. Hold on, is there like different? Wait. Is there gluten in bread? Yes, but hold on. Is there gluten in potato bread? All right. Point is, this is very disingenuous because although I see the point he's attempting to make that gluten-free products are more expensive to eat than the non-gluten-free variants, but he's ignoring, he's conveniently, the fact that a reasonable diet is achievable without buying specific products that have had the gluten removed or branded gluten-free products. Okay. He's convenient. It's very inconvenient for him to acknowledge that even for me, like my actual diet contains almost no gluten, it turns out. It's very reasonable to have a gluten-free diet. All right. Without buying the advertised gluten-free products. So this is incredibly disingenuous and really leads to nothing.
Products.
I think most people with lupus can live a fairly normal life expectancy.
Which I just proved, by the way, if we're just going to talk about what you can. Oh, wait, now that's lupus. I'm sorry. Moving on. We're moving on. Okay, Jake was wrong about the last thing. I just literally looked it up live with you guys.
Which is good. I'll suffer the whole way. I don't care. I just want to be there.
He was misrepresenting the information in a specific way to fit a narrative he's trying to push you.
Mm-hmm. For the boys.
I'm sure you're fine. But
why? You're not sure of that.
I'm sure. I know it.
What do you mean you're sure? I don't like when people say that.
I'm sure.
Why are you sure? What gives you the right to tell me that? You go, man, this is something really bad I'm afraid of happening. I'm sure you're fine. It's like, you're not sure. How do you know?
Ethan's like, yeah, as someone suffering from lupus, I hate when people undermine my issues. Also, lupus isn't that bad, and I'm just glad it isn't cancer.
You know.
No, again, that's not what he said. It's a joke. Okay, he's the hypochondriac. It's a skit. It's a joke. It's funny. Jake Doolittle. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to keep bringing it up, but I will bring it up as many times as I damn near have to, because I'm never going to let you get away with being that much of a fucking piece of shit, bro. not while I'm watching you on one of my live streams, mother trucker.
Of all the things it could have been, I'll take lupus, I guess. You know what I mean? Take us a little loopy.
But it's not certain it is lupus, right?
No. I give it maybe a 50% chance lupus.
Is that your chance, or is that what the doctor's saying?
No, the doctor would never give you a percentage like that. I would say that was potentially after some coaxing of ChatGPT, I forced it to give me.
Okay.
He's even making a joke. This is all a joke. What do you mean? I'm starting to fall into the Jake Doolittle fucking trap. This is all a joke. Okay, every acknowledgement is a fucking joke. I mean, there's a serious underline that he may actually have some type of fucking chronic illness. But all of the he's exaggerating it for the show. All right,
bro. Time out. You gotta stop with that.
So it's possible. How likely is the possibility that it's nothing?
There's a chance, but it doesn't make sense that it's nothing.
It's slim.
There is a chance that it's nothing.
That's fair.
Like with the white blood cells, the platelets, the anti-titer.
Dude, just please stop talking to ChatGPT.
Why? ChatGPT is fucking pro.
Because I feel like in this time, like you need positivity and
no, it doesn't bring me down. I need to know.
Even with an employee telling him to stop looking at
Again, we're going to listen to Jake exaggerate what was obviously meant to be a joke from the team here.
ChatGPT after admitting to coaxing it into saying what he wants to hear. Ethan gives, I need to know as an excuse. I think he already knew the answer a long time ago, but sympathy from people around him felt better than just saying it was from a pre-existing esophageal problem.
Now my mom is saying she's mad at you for not telling her about this. Yeah, I know, Mom. I didn't tell you about it. I guess I should have expected you hear the show. Is because you would be so annoying about it. You know you would be.
Very mature take here. Mom, you would be so cringe and annoying if I told you my medical worries.
What is that? He's just such a fucking asshole. like he made this video and watched all this back and was like, I fucking got him. I fucking nailed them, dude. This is it. It's so fucking bad, dude. Now he's yelling at him because he didn't want to tell his mom. He didn't want to worry his mom. He's yelling at Ethan. He's criticizing Ethan because he said it in a funny way. He said it. You would be so annoying, Mom. Okay, he's being funny about it, but really the cuts, he's lecturing Ethan about not wanting to worry his mom over an undiagnosed illness that he may not even have. Like, fucking Christ, my God.
It's the constant,
I'm dying.
I can
not really, Jake. I'm not really dying. I'm exaggerating how annoyed I am with you, Jake. If you're watching this, I'm not really dying. Please don't make a video on me next.
Diagnose myself. I don't like when other people do it.
This to me is the grand slam of all grand slams. I can diagnose myself. I don't like when other people do it. I'm not even going to speculate what he means by this because I want you as the viewer to think about it on your own. But
let's think about it. Let's think about it. Let's all think about it. We have a couple people here. We can, hold on, let's play it back.
Esophageal problem.
Now my mom is saying she's mad at you for not telling her about this. Yeah, I know, Mom. I didn't tell you about it. I guess I should have expected you hear the show. It's because you would be so annoying about it.
Let's pretend like that wasn't a joke and literally just take this as Ethan said he didn't tell his mom about his maybe illness because she'd be annoying. All right?
You know you would be.
Very mature take here. Mom, you would be so cringe and annoying if I told you my medical worries.
It's the constant,
It's the constant.
I can diagnose myself. I don't like when other people do it.
This to me is the grand slam of all grand slams. I
is
can
it really?
diagnose myself. I don't like when other people do it. I'm not even going to speculate what he means by this because I want you as the viewer to think about it on your own. But let's just take everything into context. Ethan Klein had no symptoms, got a routine checkup.
Said that.
Had some elevated levels.
Yep, he acknowledged that. Keep going, Jake.
Doctor said it was fine. And
doctor said it was fine. He said that. Yep. He's the reason you have that information, actually, Jake. Continue.
Most likely related to a prior medical issue. Then,
yes, again, the reason you have all this information is because Ethan said it publicly on his podcast, Jake. Continue.
Ethan admittedly coaxed ChatGPT into telling him he likely has lupus.
Oh, yes, because the entire underline here is that there's a running joke on the show that Ethan's a hypochondriac. Jake, continue, though. Yes, all the information you're giving right now is stuff that he's literally said on the show. Okay, Jake? This is not a breakthrough. This is not a slam dunk. But please continue. Prove me wrong.
My blood work came back same as yours. 30% people have abnormal antititers and do not have lupus. Rely on your symptoms more. So my symptoms is part of the confusing part. I don't really have any of the... Okay, this is interesting. This is from you, Cam?
No, Ethan. We were getting somewhere and you cut yourself off with something unrelated an employee sent you. Someone donated their hard-earned money to give you a very valid suggestion, and because it was more logical than anything Ethan said in this episode, he brushed it off.
Why?
No, he brushed it off because the whole joke is anytime anyone tries to present him with logic and reason, he's disregarding it to play on the joke that he's a hypochondriac, Jake. You could have just asked me, Jake, homie. You could have just asked me to explain all the jokes to you. It would have ruined the comedy, but it would have stopped you from making this video.
Why didn't you say something to us?
Or you could have asked anyone on the show that you were supposedly so tight with, dude. You were supposedly so friendly with all these people on the show. You couldn't just ask them if Ethan was joking or not, or express your concerns to him directly if you're so fucking close, Jake.
Yeah, it's just I don't know for sure. You know what I mean?
Because you didn't have any real concerns. You just wanted to make a video to get clout, you piece of shit.
And it's just something I've been thinking about. I don't know what it is.
Wait. That directly contradicts Ethan saying at the beginning of this segment,
Buckingham Palace is pleased to announce that I, Ethan Klein, probably have lupus.
It's almost...
Dude, literally right after that, he literally played it in his own fucking video. I'm not going back. But literally when he played that clip for the first time in his own fucking video, Ethan Klein literally said, not really. We think we have a 50% chance. Not really. Oh my God, Jake. I'm not joking anymore, Jake. I actually am dying. I'm self-diagnosing myself with terminal fucking pissed off, and it's going to result in a hefty case of me fucking dying because you're so fucking... God, I hate this guy. I think I actually hate this guy.
Like talking to his mother who has a history of chronic illness makes Ethan shut down. Or
No, Jake Doolittle, remember, if she really had chronic illness, Ethan would have been able to pronounce the word correctly. He's fucking guy.
At least realize his claims are wild. His mother goes on to try and talk to him in a more understandable, less ChatGPT
live on a comedy show
diagnosis
where they're playing up a fucking joke. You piece of shit. You watched enough. You got the clips. You know this is a joke, Jake. I don't believe that you don't know this is a joke.
Way.
Well, you do get tired.
There it is. You see?
Did you guys know that Ryan Reynolds doesn't actually have cancer? Yeah, when he played Deadpool in the movie, that was just makeup. Like when he went through that whole scene, that wasn't real. It was makeup for a movie, guys. Just like this is a joke for a comedy show.
Well, it could.
That's why they're all laughing, guys. Oh shit, what is that? No, almost just did something. That's literally why the entire crew is laughing, Jake. You should have probably fucking tried to get that out of your clip because it makes you look like a dumbass.
Be a number of things. Maybe you're just anemic.
Ethan didn't tell his mom or his wife.
I'm glad I talked about it because I've been stressing hard since this morning.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
About his thoughts until they were brought up on the show, which backs my argument that this was all content brained. If it wasn't for content, then maybe, just maybe, this would have...
You know a lot about content brain, don't you, Jake Doolittle?
Stayed off the internet. I'm talking.
And it was content brained. 100% it was content brained to play up a fucking running joke on the show. You're right, but you're representing it as it's like this fucking massive plan to get an average amount. What? Again, 300, everyone, all of this for $320. Hold on. We gotta add something here. I have a thing I want to add. Hold on. Ethan scam fans out of, Ethan scam fans out of $300? Question mark. All right. Let me just, whoa, hold on. I'm working on a joke here. And guys, just so you know, if you haven't been watching, I don't actually think that Ethan scammed his fans out of $300. It's just a joke. Just so you guys can realize, just so you guys don't think, don't run home with that.
On YouTube about my experiences, 15 surgeries and 2 years after being directly affected. Going through health problems are a very difficult time, and turning it into content while undermining other...
Jake's about to make a video and be like, actually, MeJoeShmoe, if you would have been watching and not rambling the whole time, you would have fixed your math and realized that $300 for 5 days a week would have been, I'm bad at math, but it would have been over $1,000. So you're incredibly being misrepresentative by saying that Ethan only scammed his fans out of No shit. Watch the show. Fuck.
Other people's experiences is a huge problem. A few episodes later, Ethan gives another health update where he says that he had a CBC panel and everything came back lowered and within the normal to high range. Then Ethan finally goes to the rheumatology appointment where the doctor gives him this information.
Yesterday, I saw a rheumatologist. This facial rash I'm getting here, I'm getting it at the corner of my eyes, and I'm getting it here on my nose. So that was one of the concerns. Lupus causes facial rash, but he told me, and which is kind of what I read, is that lupus rash is pretty much all
on the cheeks.
Yeah, it's all right here in this kind of area. I have not had any rashes there. So he looked closely at the rashes and stuff, and he says he believes it to be eczema, most likely.
Eczema outside of his prior medical condition.
I'd like to just add the context that he would have had to already have watched all these clips and go through all these clips. So what he did is he heard that Ethan's doctor thought it was most likely eczema and then tried to present that information early as if it was a unique conclusion that Jake Doolittle was drawing on his own, okay? But he didn't. He watched all these clips, okay? And he saw that that was what his doctor was telling Ethan it probably was. And now he's trying to seem like he's a fucking genius as if he knew this from the beginning, when no, in the reality, it's just complete fucking manipulation to present a narrative. Just an absolute fucking piece of shit, dude, ladies and gentlemen, right here.
This is the only time we've gotten a fucking diagnosis.
Eczema is great.
That'd be good.
Yeah, because the only time he was given any type of diagnosis, Jake, have you not been watching your own fucking clips?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That'd be awesome.
After all this,
I'm not done, Jake.
Okay, all right. It's just some eczema.
I'm not fucking.
You had us
done,
all
dude.
worrying. Okay. All right.
No, eczema doesn't cause a positive ANA, Dan.
Oops! Ethan, I know that we were responding in the heat of the moment, but that's very false. It can actually cause...
Oh my fucking God. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious, dude? So now Dr. Doolittle is about to show us that Ethan, in the spur of a moment, ending a fucking running gag on the show, presented medical misinformation, like in a cynical, manipulative way. Like, you fuck, dude, you fuck, you absolute fucking piece of shit. This is indefensible. This video is indefensibly fucking malicious and manipulative and bad faith. Okay, there is no redemption for this fucking video, dude. Throw out your fucking laptop, dude. Throw the fucking camera in the fucking trash. And I am stealing that bit from H3 because that's what he said when he went over the video. But god damn it, if there isn't any, that's just the fucking truth. That's just what has to happen at this point. That's just so this whole fucking video is just absolute fucking, is 45 minutes. Holy shit, my cat just knocked down my bag. Anyway, it's 45 minutes of absolute fucking trash.
As a positive ANA. According to a study out of Nippon Medical School, 20 to 30% of patients with atopic dermatitis, also known as eczema, are positive for anti-nuclear antibodies. Finally, we are at the part that forced me to make this video. As a viewer, I gave Ethan the benefit of the doubt until this happened.
The rheumatologist, after checking more of my blood points, doesn't believe that I have lupus. There's other biomarkers for it, and they were all negative.
Really?
But my facial rashes are just getting worse. They're not going away. He told me next step is to see a dermatologist and see if they can tell us what they think about these rashes. So I stopped treating it with this steroid Vaseline shit, and it's just coming back so much. I'm gonna try to get it as bad as it can just naturally be, so the derm can get a good look. Are you mad that I don't have lupus, Dan?
I'm not mad, but
You seem mad.
You seem annoyed that I don't have lupus.
this man's been farming lupus for a month.
So true.
There is something wrong.
Okay, that's fair.
The best guess was lupus. Sorry, I don't have lupus, Dan.
Was it the best guess or was it your guess?
No, it was the
it
best guess. It was
ChatGPT's guess?
suspected. It was the most likely.
All right.
Okay,
Well, I'm glad you don't have lupus, obviously.
Doesn't sound like it. Okay, to be fair, I'm going to confess something to you guys. I told ChatGPT all of my symptoms.
Yeah.
And I said, make a list based on how likely you think it is. Lupus was number one, but there was one I didn't tell you guys that was above lupus.
Uh-oh.
It was that.
Knock it off, kitty.
I'm probably fine.
Sorry, my cat's being a prick. You guys want to see Sniffles? Son of a bitch. Right in the middle of the live stream, dude. What is your sudden fascination with this light, dude? You're going to burn your eyes out. Get away from it. No. Give me this, kitty. Here's the baby. Mr. Sniffles. What are you messing with that for, bro? Ain't nothing going on up there, bro. There ain't nothing going on up there, bro. Go play with your fish. All right, we're back. I don't know what dude. I don't know what got into him. He was being weird. All right, play it.
I said, do you think what's more likely, lupus or that?
I don't trust cats either, to be fair, Dave Jones.
It's just a false reading. And they said most likely it's a false reading based on the stats and no symptoms.
You are diabolical.
Look at them all laughing. How can he like legitimately like put this fucking clip in this video and be like, got him? Like how? Like how can you be that fucking tone deaf? Like,
but it was close. It was close. They had to crunch the numbers.
That was real close.
You would literally sign off. You'd be like, all right, guys, I've got lupus.
No,
dude, I don't want to be a dick, but I've been like thinking this the whole time. And anytime you bring something like this up, it like is I'm going to try to word this very, very fucking carefully. This video has been so diabolically bad faith and completely devoid of acknowledging context. And I would like to, in the case Dr. Doolittle wants to yell at me, I want to just say that I am not an expert on any type of fucking mental disabilities at all. I'm not an authority on the topic, but I have been told that people that suffer from certain levels of autism have a very difficult time understanding social cues and understanding body language and overall like emotional context in a conversation. That would be the only fucking way that I could be like, you know what, dude, I get it. I get why you made this video. I understand it. If this dude had like fucking like diagnosed fucking autism, I'd be like, I understand that. And that's not me disparaging people with autism, okay? That's not what I'm saying at all. But that would explain everything and would leave me without a reason to be upset at him for this fucking video. It would explain the entire fucking video. Because how like I cannot explain to you why this is a joke. You have to just understand. You have to understand that my shirt is black. I don't, after a certain point, I can't go all the way back down to infant baby mode and teach you your colors again. It's just something you either learned or you didn't, and you didn't get it, bro. Like, fuck.
I can't really believe I had loop. Dude, the anatiter still raised. People don't know. And I'm inflamed, man. It's not nothing.
Well, fuck. Before we dig into that a little bit more, let's break down the sentence he just said. I told ChatGPT all of my symptoms, and I said, make a list.
But no, it's not that, because he literally took down this video the second he heard Ethan was going to talk about it. If he really was this confident that he called Ethan out, he would have stuck by his guns. Unless he's just a fucking bitch. I don't know.
It's based on how likely you think it is. Lupus.
Hi, Sack Boss Baby 1211
was number 1, but there was one I didn't tell you guys that was above lupus. It was that I'm probably fine. And then laughter ensues this whole time.
Because it's a joke.
ChatGPT never told you it was fucking lupus. You're the only person that said it was lupus.
Yeah, it was a joke, remember? Oh, you don't remember. You didn't get it. Well, it was a joke.
You can't even blame AI on this. AI said that you were most likely fine, and you admitted it, and you took donations from...
He did admit it, you're right, yeah.
People who actually have this fucking diagnosis, and every...
He did. He did take donations, and that's his fault, I guess. That's like the cut. That's like the whole point, right? This was a giant fucking scam to make an extra $300 a live stream, which to him is insignificant. I know it's a lot probably to you and me both watching this, but for God's sakes, you think he's going to risk his whole, your fucking crust, like your whole point here is really that Ethan was willing to risk his entire fucking professional career over $300 extra a live stream. Which is a high number, by the way. That's your whole point. That's your whole fucking point, which is completely already, you can't even get to that. If you actually know the story and you watch the show, you can't even make it to that level because right from this whole thing's inception, it was a fucking joke.
Everything was okay. Later on, we find out that he lied about having lupus to someone with lupus's face.
I'm inflamed.
In one of the interviews on the red carpet, he had a lupus bonding with one of the girls there.
You fiend! You can't do that.
Well, I said I might. She said, "What's the problem you're dealing with right now?" I don't know. I was going to say, "Oh, my dog's dying." I wasn't going to say that.
Stolen valor.
Baker.
So he just literally gave the explanation that he didn't want to say that the reason he was upset that his dog was dying, and he instead said, I think I might have lupus, which honestly was not off the table at that point in time, even based on my interpretation of events, which are extremely on Ethan's side. Okay, no, that's the opposite. Even based on the information that he was presented, we were presented this in video, the entire way through, I kept pausing and telling you guys every time he acknowledged that a doctor was involved, every single time he acknowledged that he probably didn't have it, every single time he acknowledged that he probably didn't have lupus or that they were still doing testing. I broke it down for you guys watching. So just to pretend otherwise.
What's your problem?
I have lupus. I think I have lupus. I blame everything on lupus. Lupus.
Yeah, lupus. This is clearly a man attempting to have you take him seriously.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah.
Now, some people outside the
Fucking
chronic
Christ.
illness community may be wondering why any of this matters. Here's a clip to show you why.
Some people outside of the chronic illness community. Is it just me? Or like, okay, so yes, there is a chronic illness community. Okay. Like, I have chronic back pain. I'm suffering from it right now. I literally was out of work on Monday. Like, am I supposed to watch a video? I made that video on the chiropractors. I don't like chiropractors. Am I going to like remake that video and be like, I find it very insulting that this chiropractor is willing to try to tell people in the chronic back pain community that they can fix it by hitting themselves with a hammer? Like, what, like you didn't have to go there.
Look at
like,
this, you guys, from the subreddit. You guys are so out of control. This person went, today I found out my boss has lupus and I laughed in her.
I'm very insulted from somebody that's in the poverty community that Jeff Bezos dares flaunt his wealth in front of me. Like,
her face. I had literally never heard of it before the H3 episode, and it was such a funny bit to me when she told me she was upset. Yo, y'all gotta stop. You can't let the show affect you out there in the real life. You can't laugh in someone's face when they tell you have lupus. I was never telling you guys as a joke. Lupus is a very serious problem, you guys. It's a very serious condition. Frankly, y'all shouldn't have been laughing at me. I might still have lupus.
It was such a funny bit to me. I doubt that the original poster was the only one who felt this way. There's a difference between jokes and actual real-life diseases, and I feel like if you aren't experiencing that disease or symptoms yourself, then maybe you shouldn't share this quote bit with your millions of followers, especially when a doctor never brought up the possibility of lupus. It was all you. In response to
what the fuck? Yeah. Why are you just telling us what he told us, but in a way that's like you're catching him? He gave you the information.
You guys, it's a very serious condition. Frankly, y'all shouldn't have been laughing at me. I might still have lupus.
It was such a funny bit to me. I doubt that the original poster was the only one who felt this way.
Oh my God.
Laugh in someone's face.
You shared it on, it's a Reddit today. I found out my boss had lupus and I laughed in her face. Yes, it's funny because it's an inside joke in the community. Lupus, this whole lupus arc, which is, jokes are difficult to explain. You kill it in the process, but the whole lupus arc of the H3 podcast was a joke. Okay. So it's funny. It is funny. It is objectively comical that this person laughed in her boss's face when she was told that her boss has lupus, because that's a terrible thing to do, especially if you don't understand the context of what her mind immediately went to when that was said. Like, you fucking every single fucking point is just bullshit.
When they tell you,
except for that one with his insurance, the insurance one where Ethan didn't have a certain insurance anymore because he didn't like it, but all his employees had that insurance. But even that, Ethan addressed it. I mean, I don't know, that right there was the only fucking argument that he gave, like the only point he gave us, where I was like, yeah, you know what? I really can't argue with that. If he thinks the insurance is shit and he's still giving it to his employees, and that is kind of bullshit. All right. That is the only time through this whole 37 minutes we've watched so far that Ethan even had, that Jake even had like anything close to a valid point to give here, to present here to us today.
You have lupus. I was never telling you guys as a joke. Lupus is a very serious problem, you guys. It's a very serious condition. Frankly, y'all shouldn't have been laughing at me. I might still have lupus.
It was such a funny bit to me. I doubt that the original poster was the only one who...
I don't give a fuck. Get offended. It is objectively funny that this person laughed in their boss's face when they told them that they had lupus. Okay, that is objectively fucking funny. I can burn in hell for that, I guess, maybe. I don't think it's that big of a fucking deal. Obviously, if you don't understand the context of where her mind went that made her laugh, then it's worse, okay? But she's not just laughing at somebody's sorrow. She's not just laughing at somebody's, like, ailment. She's laughing at an inside joke that her brain involuntarily went to because she's a fan of a show that has an ongoing lupus joke. And maybe that's all evil and terrible and it shouldn't even been a thing to begin with. I don't personally think so. But, like, fuck. That's the context. That's the context, and I think it's objectively funny. I don't know.
Felt this way. There's a difference between jokes and actual real-life diseases, and I feel like if you aren't experiencing that disease or symptoms yourself, then maybe you shouldn't share this quote bit with your millions of followers, especially when a doctor never brought up the possibility of lupus.
Again, why are you saying that like it's like your discovery and you're presenting it for the first time and you're catching Ethan in a lie? You got that information from Ethan, from watching the podcast. The same podcast that I watched, the podcast that made me understand that this was a fucking joke. And that made, when I saw this video, I didn't even click on it because I just was like, oh, somebody's like playing on to the H3 joke of him having an illness. And then I realized it was 100% like legitimate, a call out video.
It was all you. In response to Ethan's funny little bit, I decided to take matters into my own hands and speak to people who had firsthand experience with lupus who are willing to tell me their stories. At the time of me interviewing these people, everybody was down to be on camera and have their identities shared to my audience. But after reading some of the shit that people have said on Reddit or my Instagram comments, I am worried for them. So I'm going to be blurring their faces and hiding their identities, but these are 100% real experiences.
Also, prior to this being released, I sent an email out to the people who were interviewed. I let them know that I was receiving threats and people were diminishing my experiences because I disagreed with something.
That's not what was happening. He was getting the same fucking criticisms that I'm giving him right now. So if you've been watching this, he's such a fucking victim. He's such a fucking victim. He was so willing to throw this fucking almost hour-long fucking hit piece out on Ethan that was entirely just disingenuous, manipulative bullshit. But the second he got called out on it and got heat back, then he's a victim. Oh, I'm getting death threats. Which are terrible. Can't stress that enough. Every time that I bring up the fact that every fucking creator over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube gets death threats, the fucking everyone's like, oh, you're okay with it. I'm not okay with it. It's bad. You shouldn't do that. I can't say that enough. Death threats are bad. If you give them, you're a fucking loser. I don't condone them in any way, shape, or form. Period. End of discussion. But to bring that up in this context, like imagine like when I got mine, when I made the Linus Tech Tips video. If I made a video being like Linus Tech Tips, like I made a fourth video where I'm like Linus Tech Tips, they're fans, I just can't take it. The death. Well then, like, you don't got to make the video, dude. I don't have to fucking tell you. This is the game. You've been playing the game. You're not new to the game. You got 250,000 subscribers, Jake Doolittle. You know the game better than I do. Okay, you're about literally 250,000 times bigger than me. Okay, if I know the game, you know the game. All right. You know that most of your audience doesn't have the same influence you have or have the same life experience that you have, and you're playing into that by being like, oh, I'm getting threats. Like, you know this is the fucking game. No shit that's terrible. No shit that shouldn't happen. But you know the game. You know the fucking game. And that's the thing. Anyone else that's a fucking creator, anyone else that does this shit, they know the game too. And they all see right through your fucking bullshit. You asshole. You fuck. You didn't get away with shit. You fuck.
Ethan said 2 out of the 4 people that I interviewed decided to no longer be part of this video for their own safety.
I do not want to be green shirt guy. I do not want to be green shirt guy. You can call me a jelly belly. Maybe I am a little jealous of his overall success, but the way he got it. Imagine if after I made contact with Dark Viper, I just annoyed him every single fucking day, begging him to collaborate with me for a little bit more clout. If that was my whole legacy, then by the time I got to the top where he's at, I would be him. I'd be a fucking shell of a human being. A fucking just what would I be? What would there to be proud of? Like you cheated. You cheated. And you'd have to live with that. Jake, you cheated and you have to live with that the rest of your life. Any amount of success you ever have, you have to know you got it from being a social climbing fucking clout sucker, Jake. You have to live with that no matter how successful you get, you bastard. You fuck.
50.
I started having symptoms in like late October, early November of 2018. So it came on right after I got into a car crash. For a long time, we were treating the symptoms as if it was because of the car crash. Nothing was getting better with the treatment. My symptoms were getting worse and worse progressively. And then I got diagnosed in late August of 2019. You know, I'd gone to my GP a few times. I'd gone to the dermatologist a few times. No one figured anything out. And then in July of 2019, I went to the ER because I was having chest pain. So I asked for a chest scan. They took an x-ray, and in the x-ray, there was like some cloudy gray stuff over my chest. But what the doctor said was like, oh, that's just breast tissue. Don't worry about it. 3 weeks later, my mom, who I'm super close with, I text her all the time, noticed that I hadn't texted her that morning. She got worried, so she drove to my apartment and they wouldn't let her in. She called the cops for a wellness check. And so it turned out that I had a seizure. They rushed me to the hospital. I was in neuro ICU for a while. They were trying to figure out what I had for a few days, 3 or 4 days. And
well, that's crazy, dude. Like, I don't think I think I'd be dead. Like, my mama loves me and everything, but like my mom, like I don't know how to feel about that. Like, on one hand, it's like very lucky that her mom like freaked out when she didn't text her in the morning. It's good that they have that relationship, I guess. But like, I mean, I don't know. I'm like a bit of a drifter. Like, I can't maintain relationships for very fucking long with people because people get like, oh, I can't. There's people that I get along with to this day, but my best relationships are people that like, you can just go do your own thing for a while and then catch back up with them later. It's the people that like demand constant fucking attention. Like, it's a shame because you get attached to people, but then like I got other things going on in my life, bro, you know? And even with my mom, like my mom, like if my mom didn't hear from me for a day, she would not kick down my fucking door. I'd be dead. I don't know. Is that weird? Am I weird? Am I weird that I think this is weird? I'm so happy that it worked out for her, but am I weird that I thought that was weird? Hey guys, I gotta pee. So, I heard this is how we do it now. We just, here's, hold on, no, Hassan Piker reacting. I heard that Hassan now, just when he like walks away, they just add a picture of him reacting, even though he's not even there. So he's just letting the video play, not adding any context or even taking anything away from it to provide criticism or any type of add anything to it at all. I have to pee. So I've been told this is acceptable. Although I'm actually not going to play the video because I don't see the point in live streaming a video that I'm not actually watching to retain information to then further discuss. I think that would just be me playing someone else's video and profiting from it. But I will just leave this picture of Hassan here for you to think about that discussion while I go pee. Thank you. Oh yeah. Why do people pee so much? Why do people pee so much, guys? Humans pee so much, bro. You don't realize how much you pee till you live stream. I'm telling you. Is chat still here? You said you didn't know your mom's birthday. Don't lie. Yeah, I don't know my mom's birthday. I don't. You want to hear something else that's embarrassing? You want to know how little I care about these types of things? The only reason I know my own birthday is because I memorized it before I took my permit test. Because it's an actual graded question on the test where I'm from. I knew that going into it. And at 16 years old, I didn't know my birth date yet. And I had to memorize it before the test. That is a true story. So it is not just an all about me thing. It is just those are things that when applied to anyone, including myself, I just don't fucking give a shit about. Where are we at? Oh, yeah. Actual like this is I'm always fascinated to hear people's stories and their battles with different things in life. So I guess I can take this as like a good part of the video.
And one of the rheumatology fellows suggested autoimmune. There's like a list of lupus symptoms and they say if you have like more than 4 of them, you probably have it. And I think I had 10 out of the 11.
I was looking back and I think it started around August of 2019. I would randomly get swollen just in one part of my body. I was really tired all the time. I started running fevers on and off, just no reason. I had anemia. Oh, and all my joints hurt. I had a really, really high heart rate too. They did blood work and they did a bone marrow.
All right, I'm sorry. Like, I'm kind of like, so now I'm kind of like, so the first girl was kind of interesting, but now this is just coming off as like, look at all of these victims that Ethan Klein hurt. I'm not really sure how he hurt them, but just think about if he did. Like
marrow biopsy, and then they sent me to rheumatology because at that point they thought maybe I had juvenile.
And do you think that these people like also that's the other part, like this is the context of these people talking is they're giving their stories, and you're supposed to be mad at Ethan because of these people and their real stories. But these people, do you think they knew? Like, do you think they fucking knew that like this is how their story was gonna? If anything, Jake Doolittle manipulated and used these victims to try to represent a point, to form a false narrative. So if anything, Jake Doolittle's abusing victims. For the record.
Arthritis. That's where I got the diagnosis. They admitted me to
These people thought they were going to get a platform to share their stories with people, and he used them to try to bring down Ethan Klein on nothing.
the hospital for 6 days.
What a piece of shit.
They had to do a kidney biopsy. That was not fun because with my lupus, I was having kidney involvement. They had put me on a medication. Those pills were like without insurance, $1,000 a month. And I was on that for like 2 years.
After I asked these people to share their stories, I sent them a compilation of all the claims that Ethan made lupus-wise. Here are some of their thoughts. I can understand that he's going through a lot right now, and it's scary to know that something's wrong with you, but he really leaned headfirst into the lupus thing when there was no evidence really pointing to it. It's just really frustrating to me that he decided...
Yeah, if you provided them clips completely out of context and they weren't aware of the underlying joke and the context that you're ripping from the situation, I'd imagine that would be their take. It's not quite negative or positive. It's just a take of what they think based on the information you provided them, which based on this video, I'm sure was very, 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 very manipulated to try to get a response from them that you could use to push this narrative that you're completely failing at doing, by the way, and failed to do. That's why this video's down. Bye.
That he most likely had lupus and then told everyone before he had actually seen the rheumatologist who told him it was not lupus. I just wish that he would have waited for an actual diagnosis to talk about things and wait for things to be ruled out. It feels really invalidating the way he talks about lupus. Like, to him, it's just not that serious. I get that maybe in the background he was really sorting through all his emotions, but from the clips that I saw, it felt like a slap in the face. Here's what another person said. You can have lupus and continue to test negative for it. It is a constant struggle for some of my friends with lupus, but you have...
How is it a constant struggle for some of your friends with lupus if they're repeatedly testing negative for lupus? I'm sorry, that just didn't make sense. Like I don't want to like take down... That's the point of this part of the video, right? You can't argue with a victim. That's not right. But like, seriously, how is that a constant struggle? How is it a constant struggle for somebody with lupus to constantly get misdiagnosed and told they don't have lupus? Maybe I'm missing something major here, but once you're diagnosed with lupus, then you have lupus. So how is it a constant struggle? I don't know what that means or what that says about what this person is saying, but that doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Have to have symptoms to even be
See you, Lucky.
diagnosed with or without a positive test. Inflammation does not automatically equal lupus or any specific autoimmune disease. This whole situation made me so angry I could not even put it into words, especially when people with chronic illness are already fighting so hard every single day to just exist. Now,
this is about the victims, right, Jake? The victims that you literally just fucking exploited to make this so important video that you took down the second you had like public backlash on it.
How people are shitting on it. Another person wrote,
"You fucking piece of shit,"
back to me and said, he started off by saying he doesn't know what lupus is, and then...
And as a victim of chronic illness, you really shouldn't. You should have known better. Like, as a victim yourself, you should have known better. You fucking piece of shit.
Proceeded to read every single symptom of it and say, no, I don't have that, which to most people I would think would lead them to look at other options. Just for fun, I looked up my numbers from when I was hospitalized, and my ANA was 1 to 1,280 and speckled. Another note.
Oh yeah, 30% of the population, I believe, has a elevated ANA. Oh yeah, I know that because Ethan fucking told me in the clip that you just played in this video, you piece of shit.
The test that is more specific to lupus diagnosis is actually the dsDNA, not the ANA. I don't want to denigrate how hard it can be to get a diagnosis for lupus or most autoimmune diseases because it's really fucking hard, but it doesn't sit right with me that his reason for not being able to get diagnosed is that he doesn't have symptoms of the disease. He just has a feeling he has it. I don't know. It's frustrating. Lastly, I sent in clips to a medical professional with 20...
It must be very, very fucking frustrating to not be able to read any context in any situation and think that everybody was 100% serious about everything they fucking say all of the time. Like, what do you even enjoy? If you're if you're Jake Doolittle and this is how you genuinely perceive the world, what do you enjoy in life? What could you possibly do? You can't watch any movies. Everything's serious. You can't watch comedy, South Park, like nothing. Like, how do you get any joy out of your life if this is how you view the world? I imagined it must be very fucking frustrating to be Jake Doolittle. That must be fucking terrible.
27 years of experience, making sure to highlight all of his tests and his symptoms. The doctor wrote back to me with these thoughts. Lupus is definitely a difficult diagnosis and not one made purely on lab results. In fact, the lab test results are many times very nebulous. So working with a physician to review labs, diagnosis, and course of symptoms is very important. People want a black and white lab answer that is a yes or no, but that doesn't exist for this. It also doesn't exist for a lot of rheumatologic diseases, and it's not uncommon to get a lot of worried patients over, quote, abnormal labs that really aren't that abnormal. For example, out of range doesn't mean something bad is going on. This is different from strep test, for instance, where the answer is strep positive or strep negative. Because lupus itself is so variable, many folks read about their symptoms on the internet and come up with the diagnosis when in fact they end up not having lupus. In regards to ChatGPT, if I understood correctly, AI actually said it was probably not lupus. So
yeah, no, he didn't understand correctly. So that right there is the part where you should have said not to make this video. When Ethan said that the ChatGPT he's talking to said it's probably not lupus, because that kind of fucks your whole video and the point of it. But yeah,
in that case, I would say
even the doctor was like, if I understood correctly, even the ChatGPT said it's not lupus. Like, you fuck.
The AI was spot on. So I guess that's it. I have spent 4 months gathering information.
Hang it up. 4 months? Hang it up.
On Ethan.
I saw a video of a guy eating light bulbs and a guy sticks his hand on a cactus. It's very interesting, Sam. Thanks for sharing that with us today. Thank you.
And his claims. If all else fails, I hope that at least one person after watching this video understands a little bit more about lupus, chronic illness, why.
And that's always it, dude. Whenever somebody's disingenuous for clout, like, it always has to end with, I hope at the very least I just spread awareness. Yes, Jake Doolittle, you spread awareness that there's people in the world that suffer with chronic illness and it sucks. Thank you. Thank you, Jake. Nobody ever knew that before. You did such an important job here.
Why it's insane to make claims like this. And for anybody who's actively struggling with lupus or chronic illness who needs financial help, my nonprofit, Never Stop, will be in the description below, and you can...
Objectively good thing. I don't know. I said earlier that either his nonprofit or his merch takes a certain percentage. I'm going to look back into that. I brought it up, and you know what? Honestly, that was me kind of fucking up. I shouldn't present information like that if I don't fully understand the context of it. So before we end this live stream, I'm going to look up what the context is of his merch and the thing that I heard that I should have known better before speaking upon. Okay? That's my mistake, Jake, and I'm sorry for that. I'm going to look into that for you, buddy. I apologize for possibly misrepresenting you. Sorry, man.
Can apply there. Also, if you feel like it, you can donate to the Never Stop Fund. 10% of all profits from the clothing brand go into the fund. So
there it was. Oh my God. Thanks, Jake. Hold on. This really isn't that big of a deal, and it wasn't worth bringing up, for the record. So I still am sorry. But there it was.
After watching this video, understands a little bit more about lupus, chronic illness, why it's insane to make claims like this. And for anybody who's actively struggling with lupus or chronic illness who needs financial help, my nonprofit, Never Stop, will be in the description below, and you can apply there. Also,
that's objectively a good thing. He has a nonprofit, which, with that, if we learn anything from the completionist, doesn't completely mean that there's nothing shady going on, but does have a nonprofit. Unfortunately, this video would make me personally doubt whether or not the nonprofit is being used properly. Sorry, that's the consequence you pay when you put out shit like this. You hurt your own cause. But objectively, face value, a good thing. A good thing. Now here's the part that is like silly.
So if you feel like it, you can donate to the Never Stop Fund. 10% of all profits from the clothing brand go into the fund. So either way, you're helping.
So 10%, that's not the fact that anyone, I'm going to say this, the fact that I brought that up and anyone even brought it up, the fact that I knew about it and it was like a talking point that I wanted to bring up at all is bullshit. God forbid 10% of the funds from his clothing brand go to a fucking nonprofit. Who even brought, I'm mad that I brought it up, and I apologize for even bringing it up even vaguely. I really should have looked more into it before doing this stream, and I apologize for that. But now I want to hunt down wherever I heard that, because the fact that that even was something that was on the table to discuss is fucking asinine. God forbid, only 10% of Jake Doolittle's fucking clothing brand profit or whatever goes to his nonprofit. Oh, God forbid. Yeah, Jake should just donate all of his money to his nonprofit. You know what? Oh, right at the end, I had to defend the fucking guy, huh? That's what happens when you make mistakes, which I did. Yeah, I brought it up. I'm the asshole. I brought it up because someone else brought it up, though. Now I want to find out what they did.
Helping people out. Again, this video had no ulterior motives. My goal was to...
What do you mean, Dave Jones? This guy has 250,000 subscribers. This guy's a fucking big deal, dude.
Share these claims and how insane I thought they were and other people in the community thought they were. I appreciate you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.
That sucked. That was the fucking worst video in the world. like genuinely, I'm someone who, like, I watch a lot of drama videos. I love a good takedown. I love rap videos where there's like beef and they're fighting and they're like trying to hit each other with like the Megan Stallion versus Nicki Minaj thing right now is even pretty good. Like, I love all that shit. And that by far was like literally like, and we're talking about Ethan Klein. Like, let me just type in Ethan Klein bad. Like, there's 100 fucking million people that got videos on this guy. King of Nothing, Cheeto, Ben Shapiro, literally just keep going and going and going at all the people who take shots at Ethan Klein over and over and over and over again. Legit, the whole thing. This is the video that made me even want to watch Ethan Klein, which is kind of funny. Turkey Tom, Ethan Klein. It's got to be the old one. It was this one. Ethan Klein hates everybody. Like, Turkey Tom's coverage on Ethan Klein and how he doesn't like Ethan Klein literally made me an Ethan Klein fan. Like, the whole reason I got indoctrinated into watching H3 is from a fucking hit piece on Ethan. And by far, the guy who at one point was probably like the most hated person on the whole fucking platform for a brief moment, but a moment nonetheless. Jake Doolittle, by far, has successfully accomplished the task of making the absolute fucking worst fucking Ethan Klein, anti-Ethan Klein video in the world. He did it, guys. He did it. He did it. Congratulations, Jake Doolittle. You fucking suck. Objectively, of course, that's my professional criticism on your content, is that it's bad. Maybe not all his videos. Oh, this is relevant. My recent video about 2 weeks ago. Well, now we got to watch this real quick. It's only 3 minutes.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to come on here and address the most recent video that I made. In that video, I spoke about a topic that's extremely sensitive to me, which, to be honest, was my first mistake. I let my emotions dictate my actions, and that led...
That wasn't just your emotions dictating your actions. You thought you could also pull the victim card in this attempt to take down Ethan Klein to suck his clout. That's exactly what it was. It was a situation that vaguely related to a personal thing that you can... Like, you totally 100% used this as a way to, at the very least, be able to throw out a victim card at Ethan. All right. I bet you thought you were going to get on the podcast. I bet you thought Ethan was going to watch that and be like, hey, man, we're going to have Jake Doolittle on next. And I just want to talk to this guy. He made a really good video, really calling me out of my, that's the pipe dream this man was living.
Led to a tone that was confrontational and aggressive.
Shut up. It led to a tone that was confrontational. That was the only point of your fucking video, Jake.
Group of people.
I just got done watching it, the whole thing.
But instead, I came across as an asshole. I didn't.
You did. I called you that.
My words would affect others, and for that, I'm very sorry. I've also.
You did affect. You. What do you fucking mean? You've You must think that your fucking fans are the stupidest people on the planet. You, a 250,000 subscriber YouTube channel, didn't understand what effect your words might have on somebody. Shut up.
I've also come to realize that no amount of explanation can undo the impact of that video. And so for the discomfort or hurt that it caused, I also apologize. I recognize that my reaction was partly fueled by my own experiences. With my nonprofit, I frequently read applications of people who are in the most terrible situations possible. And hearing someone talk about health in that way really bothered me.
And that alone by itself, I wouldn't be able to argue with. I would say that he's just making jokes. That's me. I don't have a problem with what Ethan did. But I wouldn't be able to argue with this guy about how he felt about. How can you argue with how somebody feels about something? You can't. If he felt offended, he felt offended. Sorry, don't watch him anymore. But that's not what the video was. The video was a hit piece. It was deliberately. I would literally deliberately. Okay, because he's playing clips and then re-representing the information that Ethan gave you in a clip in a way as if he's calling Ethan out. Yeah, the doctor said that I have no symptoms, guys. The doctor said that he had no symptoms. Yeah, I know, Jake. Ethan just told me that. I know that. Thank you. Poor victim here, guys.
That didn't mean that I needed to
cry bully.
post a dedicated video that just turned out to be me ranting about my own frustrations. I also realized that I shouldn't have posted the video if I can't handle people looking into my health history and claiming that chronic Lyme doesn't exist.
I don't think that you're lying about your health history. And if you are, you're the biggest piece of shit ever, bro, after all this. But I mean, I'll say that since I just got done shitting on this guy, I would have to say that he's probably genuinely suffers from chronic illness.
Sincerely want to apologize to Ethan for not considering his health anxiety. I took it as a completely different thing, and that only fueled my anger in the process. I understand.
No, you knew what you
that
were
looking
doing.
at an irregular blood test is.
I will say that I don't buy that for a second. He knew what he was doing. He's such a clout goblin. He's such a fucking clout goblin.
Extremely concerning, and I shouldn't have commented on that. Having been born into health issues, I was numb to how startling it can be to be an adult and look at a blood test that doesn't seem right. Also, as a viewer, I can absolutely acknowledge that I reached out to them to try to work for them or ask for collaborations with crew members. But in no way did them not hiring me fuel this video.
I don't believe that either. That's my personal opinion, Jake. I think you're full of fucking shit. I think you knew that you weren't going to get any more clout from them. You're begging and begging and begging and pleading wasn't working. So you figured, whatever, if I can't work with them, I will destroy them and profit from the remains of their career. Oh, clout goblin.
Topic that's extremely sensitive to me. That I shouldn't have posted the video if I can't handle people looking into my health history and claiming that chronic Lyme doesn't exist. I also sincerely want to apologize to Ethan for not considering his health anxiety. I took it as a completely different thing, and that only fueled my anger in the process. I understand that looking at an irregular blood test is extremely concerning, and I shouldn't have commented on that. Having been born into health issues, I was numb to how startling it can be to be an adult and look at a blood test that doesn't seem right. Also, as a viewer, I can absolutely acknowledge that I reached out to them to try to work for them or ask for collaborations with crew members. But in no way did them not hiring me fuel this video. I've been trying to work for them through like a job or internship since I was 16 years old. I did not make a video 6 years later as a way to get back at them. My girlfriend and I are very, very grateful for the opportunity that I was given to be a full-time.
One day you'll become a clout goblin. It happens to the best of them. I mean, I don't know. It's one thing to like social engineer a little bit. Like it's like, I don't think there's a problem with trying to reach out to people, but like it's and I didn't really go into this because it wasn't my own personal experience. So who am I to talk about it? But if you watch the it's like 4 hours long, but if you watch the H3 podcasts, Ethan Show's response to this, they all have stories of this guy just incessantly over and over and over again, like begging for any type of collaboration or acknowledgement. Like it's one thing to like be like I'm trying to think here. So Bracky's way bigger than me. Bracky, when I do videos with her, they get a good amount of views. I have a Bracky live stream that's got 15,000 fucking views on it. If I were to keep like bothering Bracky over and over and over again to like collab, and she was just like, no, you're just using me for clout. If she thought I was just using her for clout and she just didn't want to collaborate with me anymore because she was like annoyed, like for me to keep bothering her over and over and over and over and over again, like that's the closest example I can give. Like just if someone that like I'd like to collaborate with because I find their content to be very interesting. But like there's also a dynamic there where like I definitely benefit from collaborating with her. And, you know, that should be obvious to anyone. So like if I were to keep fucking like begging her to collaborate and she wouldn't fucking collaborate with me. Like that would be where it goes too far, you know? Like, and I don't do that. I mean, she collaborates with me, so I really guess that hasn't been yet to be seen, to be fair. But I would like to say that I wouldn't do that. And if I would ever do that, that would be fucking wrong, obviously. Like I briefly have had conversations with Dark Viper. He's got like 2 million fucking subscribers. We have a brief conversation and I fucking move on. If I were to take that one tiny little conversation that I had with a fucking big YouTuber and use that as like, hey, when can you collab with me? Hey, when can you come on my stream? Hey, think we can play GTA 4 together? Think we can play GTA 5 together? Like, then that would be fucking weird and fucked up and clout ghoulish. Yeah, sure you don't do that. Dude, I can go back, bro. Bracky wanted to come on my stream. I don't know why. I know she came into my chat. That's the whole story. I was doing a live stream about her channel and she came into my chat and I want to just talk to her. And then, you know, that's like why we talk now. It's kind of, that's how I have that. It's how we collab now. It's how we do it, man. It's how it happened, bro. The rest is history. She's cool. I like her. I like her content. I do genuinely like her content. There's nothing really like. There is things like it. I got shit for that. People are like, oh, this shit. People get so mad. You don't know anything. There's other content like Bracky's. Well, this is the first time I saw any content like hers. All right, sorry.
I'm content creator. Lastly, there's a lot of speculation about my nonprofit Never Stop, so I thought that I would just address those as well. The clothing brand started in 2017.
Oh, really, Dave Jones?
Like selling things to family and friends.
You found me through Bracky. See, another one. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's an obvious dynamic there where I have grown from collaborating with Bracky, right? But at any point she could just not reply to me or not talk to me, and that would be her decision to make, and I'd have to accept that, not incessantly annoy her until she collaborates with me because I'm entitled to it, like Jake Doolittle seems to have thought. What's up, Uzi88? We're about wrapped up here on this drama, but I can give you a brief summary in a minute.
And then in 2022, when I got a platform, I decided to give 10% of all profits to people in need. And then there was such an overwhelming amount of need for donations that I decided in 2023 to turn it into an official nonprofit so that people's donations would be tax deductible. Since Never Stop is a new and small organization, I pay all the startup fees so that the donations can go to people who need them. And I do hope that someday
That's very
Never Stop
good.
can sustain itself, but it's just not there yet. To be totally honest, picking one person a month to give a few $100s to is sometimes awful. I want to be able to do more, and right now I can't.
I bet it is. I completely believe this section. Like I completely believe everything he just said in regards to his nonprofit. I do not at all, since I'm making this video and throwing my fucking 2 cents at this man, I don't want that to be taken away from him. I mean, anything that he get, like, the man does not need to have a nonprofit.
In closing, I want to reiterate my apology to everyone affected by this video. The tone was inappropriate and scummy, and that does not reflect the values that I wish to embody as a content creator. I've taken this as a learning experience, and I will commit to never repeating this mistake. From now on, I'm going to refocus my efforts on the content that brought you to my channel in the first place. Your support means the world to me, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I thank you for your understanding during this time where I try to learn and grow from this experience.
I don't know. You guys, what do you think? What do you guys think? I think he fucking took his fucking shot. It backfired in his fucking face because he's clearly shown that he's a clout goblin. He is a clout goblin. He's shown that. He's proven that to me. I think he took his shot for clout, failed, blew up, and now he's doing, this is just what he had to do. I think that you also took on the tone of, I'm speaking for everyone who has chronic illness, which I found icky. I have multiple chronic, oh my God, his own fans, which obviously just based on his content are people that suffer with chronic illness. That's a big part of him. It's a big part of his content. It appears they're mad at him. So it's not just me. I'm not just speaking like people seem to share the sentiment. Okay. Yo, Colleen Ballinger is on a podcast. I have multiple chronic illnesses and I joke about them and myself all the time. No, Liddy, you can't joke about your chronic illness. That's wrong. It's wrong. You shouldn't do that. Let me tell you how to run your life based on my own personal experience and how I cope with things. Just because someone is making light of a tough situation, even abnormalities of blood tests, which would be scary for anyone, by the way, we shouldn't automatically go to the defense. Yeah, I agree. All right, Uzi88. What happened was, and I did a whole stream about it here, and there's also other sources. This man right here, in my opinion, and you can be the judge of this yourself, but I am just going to give you my opinion instead of going over every specific instance. Did his best. Did his absolute wow. I think they literally lost like 2,000 subscribers today. What happened? I swear to God, they were at 2.9. When I looked this all up, they were at like 9.93. Anyway, he attempted to suck clout from the H3 podcast, and what I tried to really go over in this video was, by the end of it, he failed to get any more meaningful clout out of them. So he saw an opportunity to try and do a hit piece on Ethan Klein here. And it was very, very bad, to the point where he even took down the video. And yeah, I mean, it's just a giant piece of shit move to make. You can watch my live stream for more details, or you can watch the 4-hour H3 podcast, Jake Doolittle. By the way, the guy's name is Jake Doolittle. That's a new phenomenon. You guys have public accounts. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Ethan admits to faking illness for money. This podcast right here, they go over the whole thing. It's like 4 hours. He breaks it all down. But wow. Hold on. What was I was fascinated by something. What was I guys, what did I want to go into? Shit. We're like Jake Doolittle. Wait, 1.9. What is this? I wanted to look into something. I saw something. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a bit of an old story. It's a few weeks old, but I wanted to look at his channel and see if he's doing bad now. Oh my God. Yeah, he's doing, yeah, that killed him. That hurt him, guys. 40, like the lowest view count I'm getting here before Thursday, the lowest one, 39,000. 33. Okay, so like 26K. All right, his view, I mean, all right. So if his lowest view count before this whole thing was 26,000, and then we have the video that happened right before my recent video. Before that, he goes to a Kids Bop concert with Drew Gooden. I wonder how he got Drew Gooden. You should collaborate with me because I have a nonprofit. We could do a video. I could just hear it now. I could just hear it now, bro. But yeah, then he's down to 14K, 21K, 13K, 16K. I mean, these last 4 videos have easily been the worst performing videos that we're seeing on his channel. Let's check out his social blade. Let's really just check this guy out. Yeah, blade, social blade. Oh God. No, just his name, you silly goose. Or can I put the URL in it? So this is going to give us his analytics to see how far his channel dropped off after that video. Oh yeah, dude, look, he's just shrinking. He's losing an average of 300 subscribers every single day. He loses an average of 2,000 subscribers every week. And in just the last 30 days, he lost 9,000 subscribers. But funny enough, his view count is going up. Like he's still getting, well, I guess you're going to still get views, right? You're still uploading. But yeah, guys, I mean, there it is, dude. I mean, the court of public opinion has declared that this guy's a piece of shit. Look at that. It's hard to see that on the map here, though, right? It's hard to, I mean, this is a pretty recent story. I'm not giving myself enough credit. This isn't that old. Just a lot of people didn't talk about it. You know? This user is trending, yeah. For all the wrong fucking reasons. Where was he at? So, I wish we could get like a subscriber map here. I want to see the decline. I want to see it happen. I want to see how big he was, bro. Yeah, total. Wait, what? So At one point here, the last we have a reading is he had 282,000 subscribers. He currently has 273 subscribers. This guy's lost more subscribers. I guess he could say that to me as an insult. He'd be like, JoeShmoe, you're talking shit, boy. JoeShmoe, I'll have you know that I've lost more subscribers than you. I've literally lost over 10,000 times more subscribers than you have, JoeShmoe. All right, hey, fair enough. Good job, bro. Oh my God. What a fuck. What else do we got here? I'm on a fresh browser, guys. I'm on a fresh browser. I'm getting the unfiltered algorithm. The hell, dude? I did a freaking video on Anna, Indiana. It didn't get nearly 500,000 fucking views. Let's look up MeJoeShmoe on a fresh browser. Oh, there we are, boys. We got 3 people watching. Let's go. This is a good video. This is an old one. This is like almost a year old. Tried to be funny. People don't like funny. They like hate. They like drama. They like to see a person brought down. Fucked up. You guys are fucked up. Why is this coming up? People that watch my channel watched this. All right, guys. Creep says a lot about you. Weirdos. This is a good video. It's old. It's old. I always look at my old videos. Wait. To sum it up, Jake bit off more than he can chew. He didn't just bite off more than he could fucking chew. He started a fight that he couldn't win. He like completely tried I would argue, is defame a strong word? Is defame a strong word? Like he like almost I can almost confidently say that he just right up fucking lied to bring someone down for his own malicious reasons. Whoa, kind of like that. Why is Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, and Kid Boga again? That's an odd combo. A fresh fucking browser. Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, and Kit Boga. Isn't that weird? And why is it in between the JoeShmoe recommendations? Get these. I didn't look up PewDiePie. I looked up fucking JoeShmoe, you prick. That thumbnail was the best. You see how I made the scars? Hers is an L and mine's a W. Isn't that funny and humorous and quite creative? Show me your favorite video of yours. Come on, Joe. Show me your favorite. Okay, hold on. Let me think about it. I'll have to look through them. Believe it or not, I don't remember all my own videos. 1.46 thousand subscribers. We're fucking forced to be reckoned with, boys. I cleaned house around 100 videos. I was self-conscious because I had like 200 subscribers and I only had I was like, oh man, I'm going on 100 videos. I don't want that. I had a lot of bad videos. I mean, dude, my videos used to be like objectively fucking bad. Hold on. I'm trying to look for like a particularly bad one. I don't even want to watch. Some of these are so cringe. 2 years ago. Look at me. Look at little Joe. But this is what did it. Look what did it. I deleted them. But up to this point, I was doing technology video game content. And then I made this video, NVIDIA Endgame.
I know what I must do. I will shred this universe down to its last atom. And
This
then,
was like a drama.
with the stones you've collected for me, create a new one, teeming with life, that knows not what it has lost, but only what it has been given.
Anyway, I don't want to go over it because I think like the Avengers or some people actually like copyright claimed the video, which who cares? But yeah, this video did well. So then I had the bug. So then I was like, drama. Well, I did tech, it didn't work, so let's do drama. Then I started doing the Ace Family, which, by the way, there's news with the Ace Family again. I might have to make a follow-up video because there's big Ace Family. 2 years later, there's big Ace Family news, and I hate them, and I think they're bad. But yeah, 4.2 thousand. I mean, every time I did an Ace Family video, it did all right. You know. But this video, I eat a ton of food. I actually drive to McDonald's. Oh yeah, this is an Ace Family video too. This is actually also an Ace Family video, I think. Which one is it? There's a video where like the Ace family says some stupid fucking shit and I get mad. Ooh, magnet fishing. Is this video good? Oh, jeez. Where they at now, though, bro?
All right, be quiet. This is gonna be some ASMR stuff with the lake making cool noises.
Oh, yeah, I did. I was like really into trying to get better at editing at the time. Like, so I edited this whole intro.
All right, be quiet. This is gonna be some ASMR.
Yeah, I know I make revenue off YouTube, but like, I mean, I don't want to give specific numbers. I actually just saved you guys from an ad. No, I get paid for ads, stuff like that. Like I'm in the I'm a YouTube partner. I'm in the partner program, you know, like, so, you know, but yeah, I mean, it's a hobby, but like, why not just join? Like, I don't think making money is evil, right? Like there's this, like, some people have this thing where it's like, oh, he makes money doing what he likes now. I mean, well, you know, I did make videos for fucking what? You guys were with me. A lot of you were with me when I was trying to like get the partnership as like a goal last year. I literally had been making videos for like 3 years. So like for 2 years, I made them for free. And then I was getting close to getting partner. So I figured I'd just try to hit it. Because at the time, like if I wouldn't have made partner in a certain amount of time and my momentum would have went down, I wouldn't have made partner. So I pushed really hard to make partner. Well, I still had the momentum and I hit it. And honestly, we haven't really slowed down since then, which is awesome. But like literally when I moved into this house, when I moved into my girlfriend's recently, I wasn't a YouTube partner yet. It's very, very fucking recent. What's with the silly Santa video? We could watch that too. But here, am I going to get copyright claimed for watching my own videos? This is only 6 minutes long.
All right, be quiet. This is gonna be some ASMR stuff with the lake making cool noises.
Yeah, this was me editing.
He's dead.
I tried so hard. Those are old videos. Those are old videos, dude, that I deleted. Holy shit. I still had them up on the channel at the time.
He's dead.
That was I did a documentary about a guy who lives by me that is a werewolf vampire. Holy shit, guys! I found Camden Gerard Davis. Oh my god! No, but seriously, I made a documentary on him, and I was shooting outside. Oh yeah, then that was, hold on. There's so much here. And then I made a rap album against this rapper called Perplexin. I made a video making fun of him, and we actually had like a little bit of like a back and forth for a minute, but then I don't know what happened to him. But I made a rap. I literally made a rap album, and he commented on my single, and he was like, "That was pretty good, actually, bro." It was a whole thing, dude. That is old Joe Schmo lore, baby. That was like getting 50 views a video, Joe Schmo lore. Begging for 100. If I got 100 video views, I was so happy. That was my old logo before I got the maid outfit. They were bad. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I can still get to them. I'll see if they're still available. Billy, do you have your G Fuel?
I do not have my G Fuel.
Billy, do you have your G Fuel? These are my friends. I don't really hang out with them that much anymore. Because that's normal and happens. It's part of the issue I'm having tonight. Is like, I just don't hang out with people as much as I used to, and they're very upset about it. It's a whole fucking thing. But they're also kind of mean to me when I do hang out with them. So, like, am I the dick? I don't know. Let's not talk about personal things on my live stream. What is it?
Glass, river glass, I guess.
River glass.
Yeah, like, I wasn't subscribed when you got... By the way, medium-sized bagel. I was at work today. And I'm starting to get suspicious about you. Because I had a coworker go, I don't know, I think I want a bagel. A large bagel, and he looked at me and he went, or do I want a medium-sized bagel? And then I thought that you might be one of my coworkers. And I still do, for the record. So I'm watching you, medium-sized bagel. Try to figure you out. Can't hide from me. But yeah, that happened today. Like, somebody that watches my videos at work was like, they know of you. Or you are one of the people at work. I don't know. Hard to tell. Look at me. Look how funny I dressed. If you guys don't know this, I used to be, and this is when I used to be a tow truck. I used to do a lot of shit, guys, but I used to do stuff affiliated with tow trucks, and this was like a shirt I got from work. It makes me look like I'm chubby at the time. I'm actually skinnier there than I am now, which is kind of funny because I definitely look chubbers because I'm wearing so many layers. But yeah, I dressed funny. I had an animation made for this video. I forgot. Hold on.
I'm recording.
I like this video. I could do a better job now, but I do like the video. It's like not drama. It's just me going out and having fun, you know? The editing is fucking whatever. I'm having fun. I'm having fun with it. It's what it's all about.
Well, just don't fall in. Well, yeah, people have to jump in it. The slate goes like all the way down too. It goes pretty deep there. Yeah, it's turning into real fishing now. You're just sitting on your ass pulling in a reel. Insert edit where Devin pulls out a giant.
Watch this. Watch this. Dude, I paid for someone to make that. Just because he said something silly. You know, sometimes when you're working on something, guys, it's okay to like just throw it all out.
Well, now you caught a tree, and you're entangling it now, so you're gonna put a knot into it. And this is what happens to real fishermen.
Well, you can skip a little bit. It's a little boring, I think.
Magnet over
But
top.
yeah, I went magnet fishing.
No.
And then at some point, I had to throw in a little bit of drama. I make fun of Jay's 2 cents here. At some point. Hold on. Because that was when Nerd City came out with their video called, like, it was against J Station. So, like, I just real quick did this, like, funny little skit. At least I thought it was funny.
Oh my god! Hold on.
Hold on.
I want to do a J Station video.
No, we didn't find anything cool.
Alright guys, here we are at the spooky lake at 3 a.m. I heard a lot of guys here died while jumping in the water. Let's see if we can find anything, guys. You shouldn't really do this. I'm a trained professional. So let's just check it out. This is magnet fishing at 3 a.m.
Just calling everyone out.
Everyone, if you've made it this far, just click off my video and watch Nerd City's new video on J Station. It's much better than this.
Try it right there. It looks like something's right there.
No, hold on. I forgot to put the fake
that you found up on the actual road.
Yeah, this is a J Station video now. You just do fake shit and a bunch of people and think it's real. We actually
thought that was funny.
Video there because what happened was I started hearing Mickey Mouse. I actually heard that Mickey Mouse fell into the Lehigh here. So
ooh,
I
dox
don't know,
yourself
guys,
much.
This is getting pretty spooky. 3 a.m. Whoa! I gotta get my face. This is J State. Whoa, guys! I think I got something.
The editing is funny. It's bad. It's really bad objectively, but that's okay because J Station's editing was shit too, so it worked.
Cut mean, guys. I think this might be Mickey Mouse's den. All right, guys. I think I hear something in here. Let's open it up.
What's poppin', guys? Back with the dark web video.
I don't know if you saw that, but I literally put, he had like a beef with like these YouTubers and they were, I don't know. Back then I was like way too in to trying to have like meta inside jokes with a non-existent community. like nobody, like you could say nobody watches me now, but back then literally nobody was watching.
Sit on this for a second. Fuck you.
Let's find this. This is interesting. Look at this. This is the only interesting thing we found so far today.
Fuck you.
No, I found a penny and some other stuff.
Oh yeah, show them the penny you found. Explain them when you found it.
Look at all these infinity stones.
Yeah, like, this is all this shit I found while Devin's been throwing this magnet in the wall.
All this cool looking stuff, and Devin hasn't found anything.
That was my outro music every time And everyone's like, "Oh, you're just a drama YouTuber." Motherfucker, the drama. I like the drama. Don't get it twisted. I love iDubbbz. I enjoy the drama. I think it can be entertaining. I think it can be fun. But like I've done it all, bro. I've thrown my hat into the ring on everything, bro. A lot of y'all came around here. This was like I don't know what happened to my brain here, but like my whole approach to this shit completely changed right here. And then like even then, like what? 141 views, 290 views. Like, but I can tell you, like my perception of how to do YouTube changed right about here. It didn't really do nothing for me. I kind of still was figuring things out. But like, oh God, look how long. Oh my God. Wow. Fucking Christ, dude. I thought I was like, I pretty consistently can get like 1,000 views a video today. Like pretty, like you can tell like when I'm making a video, like I'll make a video on Minecraft. I don't think anyone's going to watch that, but I'll make a video because I want to make a video on Minecraft. Fuck it, you know? But like I was doing trending topics and I still was struggling to hit 1,000 views. But right here with this Dark Viper video that I don't know how I feel it. Like I have to rewatch that and decide if it's something I even want to leave up at some point. I want to keep it regardless because like I actually got, because of this video, despite like he commented on this video.
What is going?
And I actually unpinned it. I unpinned his comment because I wanted to leave this. Like I wanted to acknowledge the fact that I'm not like on board with everything I said in the video. But like Dark Viper himself, like fucking like hit me, dude. And honestly, like that was so cool to me. Like I had disagreed. I clowned on him here in the video, probably more than I should have. But Dark Viper commented, and that was really cool actually. Like I really appreciate it. I think we talked in DMs after that. It was a really cool experience I had. Honestly, I think Dark Viper, I think I lie to myself. Like I think Dark Viper really had a huge influence on my channel because like right around the iDubbbz video here, you know what it is? I went down to Creator Clash and that like started festering in my brain that like I wanted to do something. Like I look how much muscular. I was so much more muscular back then, bro. You could see it in my shirt, bro. I don't know. I always credit this video for like, I started to like do things differently. I started to like, my brain started to work differently. But if you look around, like Dark Viper here, when we like exchanged blows, if you even want to say that, that was like definitely like, I don't know, but even that, like, look at like, I don't know, you can see like there was Kindle and then it started to spark. And then there's the Linus Tech Tips trilogy. And then we're still not always hitting. We're still doing like this video is awesome. Why people don't like FouseyTube? I would say this is probably my favorite video because I really fucking, I really wanted this video to be like the definitive, like when I made this video, and this is why it's a good video because I had like it had a purpose. This video, I had a goal for it. I genuinely don't like Fousey. We'll look at my deleted videos in a second, I promise. But this video, I wanted it to be, I set this video up in the search engine. My goal for this video was that in the future, when anybody would be like, why do people, like if people began to forget, if people started to forget why FouseyTube sucks and why people have a problem with him, that this video might come up. And if you watch this video, like I really feel to the best of my ability, I just drilled this fucking guy. And the video did terribly. Like I really felt like the video was going to do better.
What is going on? It is
really felt there was a chance this video was going to do well, and it didn't do well at all. Even at the time, I remember being very disappointed by the performance of that video. But you can tell, like I came back then, right? Like I went away. This video was kind of like, I'll admit it, this video was a very like, I just want to get views video because I fucking, well, there was like kind of like, people were starting to really hate on Charlie in niche communities at this time. And I kind of wanted to stick up for him because a lot of the shit was like bullshit. But I made this video because I was going to go, cat's meowing really loud. I was going on vacation and I wanted to make a video that I thought might get views. And that was kind of the whole purpose of the video. I'm not even going to lie. But then I came back, 128 views. Like I still wasn't. And then I left for a month to move in. This is my last video in the old room. This is my last video in Moist Critical's room.
Over. You thought we could just walk away from this. You thought if we just wouldn't pay attention to it, it would just go away. But no, it just continued to evolve into whatever this is.
I need more bullets! I need more bullets!
Hell yeah, look at that booty. Now that is a nice booty.
Yeah, that was my last video in the apartment. And then I went on vacation. And then I came back. Right? Wait, no. I'm lying to you. I'm blatantly lying to your face, right? The last video would be the Charlie video because I recorded it right before I went on vacation, hoping it would get views. Because I just wanted to make a video that might get views, right? Like, no, I came home. And that was the last video. And then this started like a new era where I started doing the purple background all the time. This was my first Gen Z video. We did Sniper Wolf for a little bit. We rode that out. Then we did the Gen Z video again. Then that I just kind of learned that like that there's a market for this type of video. So I do them occasionally. This one was just a passion project. Like that's the thing though. You got to try to follow trends and appeal to the algorithm while still trying to keep it on a topic that you enjoy. But sometimes I'll just go balls to the wall and be like, no, this is a complete passion project. I'm not doing it for the algorithm at all. You know, I'm not at all trying. I'm just trying to give the people that watch my videos something that I find interesting, completely 100%. But a lot of the videos, like if you want to try to grow, they got to be like, a lot of the times they got to be a bit of a compromise. That's what Joe News was supposed to be. Joe News was supposed to just be me covering a topic, whether I personally found it interesting or not. You know, I don't know. I might try to keep it going, but I mean, we started strong and then we fell the fuck off. So maybe not. All right. I liked the Thanksgiving video too, dude. I mean, I kind of made it thinking it wouldn't get very many views, but I think it's a good video. Like, this is clearly another passion project video. Like, this is clearly another video where I'm just like, no, I want to make this video because I find the phenomenon of Thanksgiving balloons blowing up to be hilarious, and I want to make a video to present that in an entertaining way rather than just me reacting to the top 10 worst Thanksgiving. Like, that's the thing. This is like a reaction video objectively, but I tried to like add more to it than just me sitting there reacting. Like, I'm not sniper wolfing through it, right?
Thanksgiving Day is a beloved holiday with lots of traditions that people look forward to all year. One of the most popular traditions that we're going to talk about today is the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, established in 1924 with their headlining mascot, Tom the Turkey, is a staple in American culture and the Thanksgiving holiday. And it's also a public health crisis that needs to be stopped. Or not, I don't know. I'm just trying to be dramatic.
Yeah,
are you engaged? Did I engage you? If for some reason you're not familiar, one of these staples of this event are these mascots.
I like this video a lot. I spent a lot of time on this video, as a matter of fact, even though, like, because, like, I wanted to find good I don't know. I liked this video, and it's just an example of, like, just, like, if all I ever did was just make videos I wanted to make. Like, and don't get me wrong, like, I always, like, there's, like, always a compromise. Like, I didn't really want to make this video. I genuinely, like, did not fucking care about this story. But so many people were privately like, yo, you should look into it. You should look into it. That I hurt my back. I hurt my back on Monday. And then Monday I looked into it. And I realized that there's this whole chunk of the fucking story that I talk about here that people just don't even fucking talk about. And I'm like, well, now I want to make the video. Because now I feel like I'm going to add something to this topic and not just regurgitate what everyone else is saying, you know? So, like, this is an example of something that it took me a long time to talk about because I didn't feel like talking about it. Like, not like, I don't know. What I'm trying to say, I guess, is I definitely do enjoy making videos. I enjoy, like, a lot of the making shorts can build subscribers. Yeah, but they don't stick around. They go away. They don't care. They click subscribe and then you never see them again. I don't want subscribers. I want consistent viewership. I want people that like my videos. That's what I want. I want people to find me that go, hey, I like this guy's video. He's a like-minded fellow to me. I want to see what he's up to every once in a while. That's what I want. That's all I want, you know? But you got to play the game a little bit. You got to play the game a little bit. You know, there's a million people all trying to do the same thing for different reasons. So, like, if you want to get any type of traction, I mean, there's got to be a bit of a balance in between what's going to grow your channel and what you want to be doing. And I definitely think that, like, I find internet drama interesting, right? And when I don't, like, I didn't find this interesting by itself. But when I realized people were missing a giant part of the story, well, now it's interesting to me because why aren't people talking about this, you know? And even these videos, I know they do well, but I don't make them unless I find something that I genuinely feel like I can like pick apart as a topic. I don't just post every single video of a young girl screaming and be like, yeah, this girl's stupid. Like, you know? Bagel, it brings in views. Yeah, it brings in it brings in lots of views. Look at my shorts. I have shorts. They all have views. This one has 6.4 thousand views. That means nothing to me. I hate this. These are like I hate shorts. I can't stand shorts. I don't really get any enjoyment from making shorts. That's why they're mostly just crudely pulled clips from one of my bigger videos. Like it's very, and the only shorts that I do like that I've made are like this one.
A YouTuber that you should really check out. Brocky is a YouTuber that's channel's aesthetics reflect what you might have expected to see.
Because how long could you make a video talking about how I think Bracky's channel is cool? So a short is a good format, I think, to be like, this channel is cool. And I'm going to real quick show you that. So you get off my dumbass short and watch their channel. Like that, I like that. I also did one for
YouTubers that you should really check out. James Lee is an animator on YouTube that utilizes flash animation in very unique and creative ways. He has a long category of, I would call, edgy videos that are just very...
Like, that's a good short. Those are two shorts I actually... And you can tell that I enjoyed making them because I actually set up my camera properly to record the video. Like... Oh, here's me in my maid outfit.
Wrong with looking pretty. There's nothing wrong with looking feminine. Like, there's nothing wrong with if
there it
they
is, dude.
wanted
Dave Jones likes
to make
that.
the character
Dave Jones is like, you're full liberal, boy. You went full liberal on that one.
Attractive. Like, if they wanted to do the character up.
Give me more money so I can invest more of my money in outfits to wear for content. God damn it. I would love to dress up. Yeah. Dave Jones is like, I'm done with you, bro. It's over, bro. Dave Jones, to be fair, my profile picture is me wearing that same fucking outfit, if you haven't noticed. Oh, deleted videos. Hold on. Let's watch some deleted videos. I'm getting sidetracked. Dave Jones just realized his whole life is a lie. Dave Jones is like, oh my God. It was right in front of me the whole time. This man wears dresses. For the record, I don't. Like, I'm not. Because I feel like there's so many people that I think would be like, they don't see that I'm just trying to be funny. They'll try to make it into like, so I've thought about changing my profile picture because I feel like you're trans baiting or something like that. I'm just trying to be funny. I don't know. I've been thinking about that recently. It was just a trend at the time. Everybody was wearing maids dresses for a hot minute. To me, what made it funny, I had a photo shoot where I wore the maid's outfit. And look at our members. I don't know if I should be showing all this information. So I'm not going to. Good, you guys can't see it anyway. Trying to load my videos, it's not working. Oh, dude, we hit 1466, bro. We're almost at 69. You know what? Every time we get a 69 in the sub count, I post about it. You don't understand? What do you mean by an old video getting 100,000 views all of a sudden? What are you talking about? I mean, it does happen, but I don't really get it either. I had a video like a week old, just all of a sudden, like start getting views. Wow, dude. Oh, wait, we have to do this. I'm looking for deleted videos. This one I deleted because I was scared. Well, I unlisted this video because I actually was scared of the person that I made the video on, as if they were gonna see it. But yeah, no, I got scared of them. Videos that schmo. Oh, here, dude, I made a Meta Knight video. I literally just made a video about Meta Knight. It got 29 views. We couldn't even crack fucking 100 views, dude.
Our baked-in premium plugins give you the best ingredients.
This is unlisted.
Hey guys, I hope you had a wonderful day. Thank you for checking in. It is me, MeJoeShmoe. Let's get into it. Today I'm going to be talking about this guy. This guy, if you don't already know who he is Meta Knight. He is from the Kirby franchise. You gotta know who Kirby is, right? He's often seen fighting alongside King Dedede in the games, but in the anime, he is a Star Warrior, just like Kirby. The biggest difference between the two is he is an old-ass Star Warrior. Star Warriors, of course, being the group of fighters that were brought together to fight back Nightmare in space. And Kirby is about 200 years premature, in the lack of better words. That makes Kirby...
Dave Jones, did you just have a video from 2 years ago get 135,000 views? Is that what you're saying?
Kirby very like instinctual. He's not fully developed. He's not fully finished. That's why he doesn't speak, and that's why he's always fighting for food. He's just a ball of pure power and instincts, while Meta Knight is matured and old on top of being fully developed. So, you know, he's doing his thing.
I'm relearning.
Kirby's doing his thing. But anyway, I recently discovered that this guy, underneath that metal mask, looks like this. Oh my god. He's a little Kirby. I mean, they are the same thing. They're both Star Warriors, so I'm not surprised, but this to this, that's a big difference. Dude, Meta Knight takes off his mask when you beat him in like all the Kirby games, dude. Oh, are you just learning this now? I don't know, man. All the Kirby...
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I made a video about Meta Knight. That's something that I did. Isn't that fun? I enlisted it for a reason. Looking through my other content. I had a phase where I did a lot of skits with a green screen. I went to war with MGK. I had a whole video where I just talk shit on Machine Gun Kelly. Oh, here's the silly Santa drama. We can watch that. Somebody mentioned that earlier. But I don't think that's... Wait, that's not unlisted. I have this listed. You can watch this.
Batman, Green Lantern, The Flash, Superman. Your friends are slaughtering the people they swore to protect.
Hey kids, Daddy Schmo has a wisdom tooth poking through the back of his gums, so he figured
Why did
he'd
I
have
say
a nice
that?
easy day for us and just kick it with the movie. We will be
Why
having
did I
an
say
in-class
that?
discussion about
Stop
this
talking.
as we go through the video, so please
I don't
put
like
down your
you.
phones and...
Stop.
I pay my money. I have a right.
Looks like everything going on recently has got Santa pretty upset.
Yeah, the thumbnail's
Go
based.
to the movie theater and just relax. And
Thumbnail's
now we
awesome
found out that
for
he's in the wrong
reasons.
seat. I mean, geez, dude, you only work one day a year, all right?
Sit in your seat. Correct? Yes, that's my not, seat. That's not your seat. How can you tell it's not my seat? Because your ticket has your seat number on it.
I think part of it was just I was getting into the groove. I wasn't as comfortable in front of a camera. Like, now I don't give a shit. Now I feel like I'm just chilling. I'm just doing my thing. Like, this is natural to me at this point. But, like, I was still getting, like, it took a long time to get used to just chilling in front of a camera.
All right, I paid my money. Does anybody here think that this is an ad?
Yeah, this old guy just got mad because he didn't have the right seat in a movie theater. I don't know. That's the whole video. Well, Dave Jones, now, you know, I'm going to have to try to fucking see that video. Fuck Dave Jones. Hold on. All right, medium-sized bagel. We're going to probably end the stream soon anyway. Thank you so much for coming out, medium-sized bagel. Dave Jones, I'm on you. I'm on your channel. Oh yeah, there it is. Steve Jr. model. Yeah, the algorithm just grabbed that one, bro. Congratulations.
Taking a look at Stevens Jr. today. Model 11. Just picked this up. With a little kid's gun. I think this thing was like $3.
Is this the gun review? What, man, I don't really know much about guns.
Put your little...
What circle is this video in? We'll get back on it, Dave Jones, bro. Yep, you got good views here, man. Give you Dave's handle. What? What do you mean, Bagel? You have a gun. Oh, you used to post. Oh, you still post. Robot build part 3. I didn't real. Oh, golf car. You know, I used to work on golf cars. Like, legitimately, I worked at a golf car shop. I used to build golf cars all day long for like years. All right. Pretty epic, bro. I didn't realize you were a fellow creator, my guy. It's cool, man. Let me...
This is an update to the robot build.
Why don't you post shorts? Or do you? You do. Okay. Makes sense now. Yeah, I don't know, man. The algorithm is important. I use like a subscription service to like help me with the algorithm, and like I don't know if it does much, but I've seen a consistent growth since I started using it. Cool, bro.
Who the hell are you? He's a
Well,
stuff.
I kind of want to stay online, but I think it's time to get off. I have some other things I gotta stew over and think about. So, hey, man, just Dave left, but if you're watching the replay, thank you for watching to the end. I hope you found the video interesting. I hope you found the banter at the end of the video cool. I'll leave the live stream just up like this, you know. So